Hey everyone, welcome to Smash Trivia. I'm your host, Smash Trivia John. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram by searching Smash Trivia to follow everything happening with me. I'll be the one with the big old green head in the profile picture. I'm so excited to get into this. This is the Gamma Analysis. Basically, in this series, I'm going to review everything Hulk, all the movies and TV shows. Hope you enjoy. Smash Trivia presents the Gamma Analysis. I want to ask everyone listening if they could please do something for me. Please share the hell out of this podcast with all your friends. For this episode, I'm going to review She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, Episode 6. I'd like to take a moment to say that Smash Trivia now has a Patreon, so please check that out. We have some fantastic extra content on there I bet you'll love. The tiers are as follows. $1 a month is Hulka Holla for $1, or $3 a month is Reading Room with Hulkie and Shulkie. $5 a month is Smashing the TV, and $10 a month is Bruce's Bar Trivia and One Night Smashes. I'll be joined today by my co-host Keith. How you doing, Keith?
I'm doing good. How you doing, John?
All right, I'm doing great. And our guest today is Liz, a friend of Keith's, of which whom he will have as his co-host on their upcoming National Lampoons Vacation Podcast. How are you doing, Liz?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm so excited to be here. How are you?
I'm doing good. I would like to let you guys talk a little bit about you guys' podcast and us and tell the name of it.
Well, that's the trickiest part. I'm gonna leave that for Liz. This podcast is a 5-part anthology series about the vacation movies that people should count. There's basically the original National Lampoons Vacation, the European Vacation, Christmas Vacation, Vegas Vacation, and the rebooty makey sequel movie with Ed Helms just called Vacation from 20.
I would say it's just as much count as any of the others, since it's sense like it has Chevy Chase and Beverly, whatever her last name is.
Liz knows it.
D'Angelo.
Well, and yes, it has a different actor playing Rusty, but he's played by a different actor in every film. So
exactly.
That's exactly correct.
There's no difference, really.
It's
That's
true.
Very true.
It has been thought to me as a continuation. When I first saw it, I did not expect it to be that good, and I went in with really low expectations, and it ended up making me really laugh really hard. And I was like, "Damn, why isn't this one enjoyed more?" But Liz, you explain, what the hell did we get up to in those in the first episode, which will be dropping September 30th, next Friday.
What did we get up to?
What do we do? What's the podcast like?
We shoot the shit. Really. We do. So depending on how you edit it up and make it sound, a lot smoother than it probably was. Essentially, we do a little watch along with ourselves. We have previous notes from our own sort of separate watches, things that we loved, little, I like to do a little segment called Jokes That I Never Understood the first time I watched it, because I watched it when I was far too young and never understood anything. And then I got the jokes again, things that wouldn't fly nowadays.
Yeah. How did it age? Did it age well?
Depending on your sense of humor, it is a big yes or a big old no. And basically just, we talk about in the first one sort of what the movies mean to us, why we're doing a podcast for in my opinion, very, very niche set of movies. And we just watch it, we giggle, we pause and play a million times and point out things we love, point out things we didn't love, and just do a deep dive and sort of what am I trying to say?
Like an homage?
Or not like a pull apart, but we examine different parts and
an analysis.
Yeah.
Deep analysis. Like the gamma analysis.
My mind, when I went like this and said pulled, my mind went to pulled pork.
Oddly enough, my mind went to taffy, because as a child, I was forced to make that, and it sucked. I don't like sticky shit on my fingers, and when it was pulled taffy, we were doing it at home, and we were like, yay, and then I was like, can I stop?
So Keith, what do you think our podcast is called?
Oh, we went
Give it your-
over this an
Give it
hour
your best
ago.
shot, my guy. Give it your best shot, buddy, friend.
Ordinary everyday fools.
Yeah!
Yes! All right. Okay, well, we're off to a great start. Let's see if I remember that in the first episode, dropping
He
September
won't.
30th.
September 30th, 2022. Get ready. Biggest people to get ready? My parents.
They can't wait, right? They can't wait. Okay. This is at least for them.
And everybody else that I forced to watch it.
And we're going to have a big American following because it's what you just explained to me, John. They are releasing all the vacation movies on Netflix, American Netflix, as of the 1st of October.
Yes.
How did you find that out? Where did
Well,
you have like the
there's-
vacation?
okay,
news
so-
He's got-
coming to you?
He's got big brains. It's
Oh, wow.
easy.
So I usually look a lot of times at what all is going to be coming to a service as the months are about to start. I did that mainly earlier this week because I'm wondering when the new Wednesday series is gonna show up on Netflix, which it did not pop up in the article about all the about everything that's coming out in October. So I'm wondering
Weird.
if it's not coming out yet, which I feel like it needs to come out in October.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
I will
to
personally
not.
say that I am very excited.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
also just going to do a
The-
super quick little Google here to see when it's going to show up, at least on Canadian Netflix.
If it,
True.
I feel like they probably won't have a release date for it
Let me
yet.
see here. Let me see here.
Us Canadians
Yeah.
get stuff so
Oh,
quick.
I
We
can
got legalized marijuana and healthcare, man. Like this shit is we're at cutting edge up here.
So I just popped on a Netflix. The only thing I was able to do was remind me, and I was like, okay, great. I'll click remind me, and it'll say you'll be reminded on this day. Nope. This title will appear in my list when it becomes available.
Never mind, John. You know what? Us Canadians, we don't
knows?
have anything going right up here. Everything's going
Oh,
wrong.
man.
Hell in a handbasket.
But if anybody wanted to, I would like to what's it called? Spearhead the idea that I'm very excited about the Wednesday
Yeah.
series, not only for just Addams Family, but also for the fact that they are finally allowing Wednesday Addams to be a Latina character, which she very much
Nice,
always
yeah.
has been.
Yep.
I'd be so down to chat about that. Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
that's all. I'll spearhead that right now.
Yeah.
I've been so excited for the Wednesday series since they
Mhm.
announced it, and I love the Addams Family, and also
Yeah.
but then particularly first starting when they opened up the Wednesday Addams Twitter account, which is so cool.
Yeah,
Because
it is.
because it is as if it's Wednesday actually talking on there,
Mhm.
which is
That's
hilarious.
It's beautiful.
And then
Yeah.
but also when they got the trailer came out, the trailer was so good.
Yeah.
It's
And
so well done.
I love the fact that the series, it's gonna be more mature than the original Addams Family was.
Yeah.
There's gonna be blood in it.
Well, it's crazy to me
Mhm.
the fact that the Addams Family has been around for so long. Like it's like what? Like it's working on probably 50, 60 years now
Yeah.
that the comic strip first came out. And like the fact that I grew up with not only the live action movies in the 90s, the two live action movies we got, but then there was like a color version of the black and white TV series re-released in the 90s and on YTV. I don't know if I have no idea if it was just released in Canada or if it was on Teletoon or something. What the hell would it
I'm
be
also
on in the
so
States?
ignorant. I always forget that YTV was only Canadian.
Right?
I'm
Yeah,
so
no, I
ignorant.
forget as well. Yeah. And then the fact that the two animated movies that have come out in the last couple of years are absolutely 100% more accurate to the original comic
they're
strip
great. I
than
love those.
anything else. So it's crazy. that they just
No,
came out with-
there's one Addams Family a movie I have not seen, and I only just heard about it in the last few years ago. Oh,
Addams Family
it was
Reunion.
yes. Yes.
Nobody
I was-
has.
I was
Nobody's seen that
wondering if
movie.
either of you have seen that.
No.
That's like the movie
Nobody's seen that
Flintstones
movie.
Viva Rock Vegas. No one has seen that goddamn sequel. No
I
one
have.
cares.
No.
You've seen that? Oh, is
No.
it? Did you laugh?
Not much, but
Did you
but
smile?
also I was a really young kid, so I laughed at a lot of things I probably wouldn't laugh at
That's
now.
so
Because
funny.
That's the one where Fred Flintstone is played by Robert Baratheon from Game of Thrones instead
Yep.
of John Goodman, who could never do it wrong in a million years and is
Yeah.
the perfect Fred Flintstone. I'm very surprised, and it was like Daniel Baldwin as Barney, and I was like, what happened? And yeah, anyways, long story short, sequels that change entire casts suck.
Oh my God, yeah. The original Addams Family cartoon was first published in 1938.
Even
Wow.
older than I thought. Damn.
Uh-huh.
Damn.
I
The
was
power of 2 monitors. I'm on it. I'm on the case.
I earlier this week watched for the very first time Mean Girls, which after I watched that because I had known about for a while the fact that there was Mean Girls and there was Mean Girls 2. After I watched the first one, I started looking actually at the second one. I was like, I'm not watching this.
It's not watchable.
The only thing I will say, as somebody that has seen it, and as somebody that I feel like anybody that watches Mean Girls is an absolute Mean Girls fanatic, Mean Girls 2 does not try to be Mean Girls 1. Like, they're not trying to reprise. It looks like it. I'm not saying watch it. Don't. Like, it's shit. Don't. But the only thing I would give it is, excuse me, is it does look like it's just reprising like Regina, Katie, Gretchen. It's not. It's literally just like a different, like, what am I trying to say? Like a different not season. Like a different grade of quote Mean Girls. It's not good. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying.
Thank you for not saying it's good.
It's not. Sorry.
The literal
nothing will ever
only
compare to Mean
thing
Girls.
from what I read up about it, the only thing that could make me be any ounce of interest in watching it is that the principal from the first one is in it.
Yes, Tim Meadows.
That's right. Tim Meadows is so funny.
We've got, oh my God, this, first of all, the cast entirely. This is now a Mean Girls podcast. Surprise. This is what I wanted all along. Yep. We've got Tim Meadows.
Lizzie Kaplan. Oh my God, I love Lizzie Kaplan. I have the hugest crush on her. Yeah.
We have my babe of all babes, Tina Fey. Like, come on. We've got Tina Fey. We've got our Canadian Rachel
really
McAdams.
Funny, how like they really pushed in all of the posters and stuff and how the Mean Girls is a Tina Fey film, even though she is not the star of it at all.
No, not at all.
No, but she wrote it.
Yeah, she wrote the screenplay.
Did she write and direct? I can't remember.
I think so. No, I think she wrote and direct. It is based off a self-help book. Like, it's literally based off like an anti-bullying book.
Oh, good.
But it's like, it's a really boring book. You can get it at the library, and way back when I was like, I'll read it because it could be cool. It's nothing like it. It's literally like a self-help. Yeah. Here's what to do if you're, a young woman being bullied. And I'm like, I'm not. So, well, I was just, dealing with it. But
I was a bullied.
I'm not gonna get that at the library. I let my library card expire many years ago.
The library is a beautiful place. The library is a wonderful place.
It's got that old book smell. Isn't that nice? That's my favorite part of the library. And you can rent out like a CD. I haven't been to one in a while. That might be an old thing.
I will say also, given being the weirdo that I am, and I do some very like young people things, and I also do very old people things. I love the library, specifically for audiobooks. Because you're cracked if you think I am paying for an Audible subscription when I can literally get a free library card, go to the library, rent it, and guess what? If I don't think I'm going to listen to the whole thing in the 2 weeks that you get to rent it, I'm just going to listen to it and burn it on Streamlabs. Don't tell anyone. Now I have it. And now I have it.
Don't tell anyone.
The library's cool. Library's great. Are we recording? Fuck. Oh, no.
And John, this is, if you were wondering, do I normally co-podcast or podcast with younger people to keep myself relevant? Yes, I do, because Liz is my younger counterpart. She's like 23, I think. And on top of that, I have become so old that the sound I make when I twist my ankle is her. And I'm not proud of that. I heard it today and I was like, who the fuck have I become? I'm wearing I'm wearing an old fucking like knit wool sweater and I'm going, like, am I all right? Am I me anymore?
I literally wished you happy birthday on May 16th and I said, cheers to being 25. You're only 2 years older than me. It's fine. Cheers to 25.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Okay.
You're very
Deal.
welcome.
Deal.
And I guess John's our sweet small child. I guess. I had no idea. He's our sweet small child.
John, I'm apologizing in advance. You are now wrangling two people with the energy of a basket of cats, and that's just how it is now.
Hey, that's fine with me. Hey, I was able to work pretty well with Liz to find you a birthday gift, so I think we'll be.
Yeah. By the way, I was a part of that. Surprise! I was a part of that. No, we didn't. I was a part of that. Yeah.
Thank you both. That was very sweet.
And I didn't get you anything, so because I'm broke and my gift is my friendship. Bing.
And what a gift it is.
Oh, that sounds sarcastic.
Nope. I just sound like that now. I'm over 30.
Nope, that's just the sound of my voice.
That's just skip. What's it called? Nope, not gonna get it. Move on.
Next on the list.
Cynicism.
Well, I do have, as always, a trivia question and for you. So, this one, I think there is a chance Keith could get this.
Whoa!
Now, the bigger question is: there a chance Liz could get this?
She showed me what MCU movies she's seen in total.
Are you actually?
I can count it on one hand.
Yeah, because it's 4. No, it's 4.
Oh, my bad. She checked out Infinity War.
Okay.
From the library.
Everyone's. No, I saw it in theaters once.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. John, focus up. John, quit distracting us. What's the question?
Who is the only person that Jen/She-Hulk has married in the comic?
Oh, shit.
Take it away, my guy.
Oh.
Can I Google it but not say anything? Like, I'm not going to answer. I just want to know.
Like, one of the things, like,
Sure,
she's
if you want
definitely...
to.
I'm not going to say anything. No, I won't say anything. I swear, I'm not.
She's definitely dated, like, several big characters.
Pardon me.
Married?
Oh, fun.
yes.
I don't know who that is.
I think I, like, looked these things up in, like, episode 1.
She's
But can you mouth it, Liz?
parcel done.
So no, you can't.
For those listening, I just mouthed the words parcel tongue.
We know you just said it. You didn't mouth it. You said it out loud. You whispered
my
it.
little thing didn't light up, so I didn't know if it came through.
Johnny Storm.
Okay.
Human Torch. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I'm right, but
Okay. Well, I will give the answer near the end of the episode.
all right.
Which is one that I feel like Keith is going to be annoyed that he didn't get.
Well, you're telling me already I didn't get it. You're supposed to give me some false hope, man.
He literally just said no.
Oh, okay.
He just said no.
All right.
So for our Hulka Holla for $1, we have film critic Derek Sager and Gabriel Forel. And as always, I highly recommend watching the episode before listening to this podcast. And the podcast I want to shout out this week is For Nerds by Nerds. I listened to one of their Hanging with Homies episodes where they don't have any set topics, so they just talk about whatever. And I really enjoyed the nostalgia I got from that episode as they talked about one of my favorite bands from when I was a kid, which is the Black Eyed Peas. And they also talked about the hilarious topic of what would it take for you to try human flesh.
Ooh,
I highly recommend you check them out.
$2,000.
Oh, wow.
If the human flesh in question was consenting, $2,000. Please, thank you. And
that's a very specific amount. You've
I've
talked
got-
about this more than once.
I've got great
So, like,
barbecue sauces.
They
that's all
go,
I'm saying.
went into like how it's cooked, and also like also how much money, and then also who you're sitting with at a table for it,
The shame factor.
Yeah,
Like you want to impress someone.
Yes, like
Or
like if like one of them I think said like if they were with if like someone like Jeff Bezos, no, they would not.
Absolutely not.
But
I'd
if they
throw it
were
at him.
with someone like Johnny Depp, yes, they would.
See, if it was Jeff Bezos's like a piece of his stupid bald penis shaped head,
No,
then
we're
I'd
not
be
saying it's his
I'd be like
thing,
fine.
we're
No,
just
I'm
saying
saying like that I would be fine with.
Oh, okay,
Eating
okay,
flesh in
okay.
front of him, I don't give a shit what that
So
man
you
thinks
have
of.
so your
Clearly we
your
have strong
feelings
opinions
are
already.
you gotta it has to be particular people.
Okay.
But I do gotta tell you though, sadly, unlike in the TV show iZombie, you're not going to gain their memories from doing it, Keith.
That's what happens in iZombie?
Yeah, so
Spoiler alert.
so that's aside from the first ever episode of the show. But so basically she's a zombie, obviously, and she works at the morgue. Or so she eats people's brains, and then she gets their memories and like how their attitudes. So she's able to figure out who killed them by using their own memories.
Shit.
Oh my god. Spoilers, but damn. That's pretty badass, actually. You know what? I like that.
That is badass. I definitely did not think that there could be a zombie show
one
about
of
that.
the I think it's honestly one of the best shows that the CW has ever done. And one of the actors who's actors after it ended a few years ago, he's gotten really big with lots of stuff on Netflix. I don't remember what his last name is, but his first name is Rahul.
From iZombie?
Yes.
Oh,
Rahul, there he is. Let me see. Oh my god! No,
he's hilarious.
He's from. Hold on. Let me keep my mouth shut until I.
Midnight Mass.
No.
The Haunting of Bly Manor.
Hold on. Let me keep my mouth shut until.
Harley Quinn, the TV series.
Mm-hmm.
What am I
thinking of? He was in Fortnite Chapter 3.
Oh, that's it. Duh. Of course, that's it. He has such a familiar looking face. Why does he look so familiar? Maybe
this is where she forgets he's her cousin.
He's actually one of the many people that have been fan casted as Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, well, you know what?
Which I would not mind that. I think that'd be cool.
If Krasinski doesn't want it,
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I feel like Krasinski's the only white guy that should get it at this point.
Yeah.
If he doesn't want it, let's diversify.
Do people want John Krasinski to be Mr. Fantastic?
She doesn't even know. She doesn't even know John.
Yeah.
He's played him already. He got fan casted to the point where he got the role in Multiverse of Madness.
Can I put something into the air before we really dive in?
You should rip this Band-Aid off. Yes.
Love me or hate me, it's fine. I think I have seen a total of 4 Marvel movies. I've seen 1 Marvel show, which is WandaVision. Love it. But I also just have a deep love for Elizabeth Olsen. Anyway.
You're gonna say that.
Yeah, because we've talked about it.
And yet you haven't watched Multiverse of Madness, which I'm not even mad about because I hated it, but
guess what?
I didn't hate it.
What I would like to say is do I have a reasoning for it? I don't know. With my brain, the MCU is a lot. As I feel like probably most people are like, yeah, it's a lot. You have to kind of, love it or hate it. And if you don't like it, you don't care, It's so much. It's a lot. I had a friend right before this actually give me a very brief. They called it brief. They called it brief. Kind of footnote of sort of everything and how everything ties in together. And then I ached, and then now I'm drinking wine. But I am still excited to be a part of this as a female presenting person talking about a very female fronted show, and just a person, regardless of gender, watching a Marvel series knowing nothing else. Just like it's a one shot kind of, you were scrolling through, it was recommended, you thought, oh, I'll watch this.
Yeah.
That's all. So any references you guys make, you're gonna sit and laugh, and I'm gonna sit like this.
Hey, we're gonna.
Haha.
If you've got
Oh,
questions,
yeah.
please ask. It's all good.
Yeah.
What's funny is we as super fans, and I don't know, I don't speak for John specifically, but for myself, I can love Marvel as much as I do and still find stuff to hate. So it's not about being a
Amazing.
super fan or not being a super fan.
Like hating a
Here,
lot of
yeah.
fans and how they act.
Oh god, there's some toxic fucking incel fans that we just can't stand. And then there's also like the review bombers that happen.
Listen, I saw the reviews about She-Hulk before knowing about She-Hulk. And before even knowing anything, I saw the reviews and went, you've probably never seen a woman before, have you?
Well, have you heard the term that's going around? The MCU? People are annoyed and they're bombastic about the fact that you're just making all the female versions of all the male characters we've had. And it's like, you know what? Some of them are better.
Why are they complaining? They're so hot. Why are they complaining? What's the problem? They're so hot.
Preaching to the
joking?
Converted. Mostly John, because I'm taken.
I watched this entire show like this. And then there's just a bit of drool. Like, pardon me?
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
Jen's arms this episode in that dress, I was like, dude, she's the Hulk. Or
I think that
what does
Liz
Nikki call her? Shulk.
Shulk.
So I think me and Liz are going to really relate with finding She-Hulk attractive.
Yep, and I will keep quiet because I'm getting married in January.
I'm also getting married at some point. You're allowed to think people are attractive, is that right? Just paint Katie green. Just paint her green.
She's within earshot. I don't want to jinx anything.
Oh man.
And John and I will actively yell about how attractive we think she is. And then silently, Keith, you can go like this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
Oh man.
I need to open my window.
I think honestly, of the fan castings I've seen for Reed Richards, the one I least like is one I've seen a lot. But Penn Badgley from You.
Oh, yeah.
I've never watched.
I've never.
You,
Oh, is that
Girl as well?
But just seeing,
Badgley,
I've seen pictures. I've seen pictures of people editing him, his face onto
he's the
Reed Richards, and I'm just like, this doesn't fit. He's way too small.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, and I don't necessarily think he plays creepy very well and he plays witty very well.
Mm-hmm.
But the character of Reed Richards is supposed to be kind of dorky, way too smart for his own good, and lovable. And I feel like Penn Badgley or Bagley or Bagels, he is likable, but in a smarmy kind of way. I don't know. Maybe he. I don't know. I can't make up my mind because I've already seen John Krasinski. That's what everybody wanted.
Yeah, so. Yeah. I kind of feel like Reed Richards. He kind of has to be around the size of eyes how John Krasinski, or say the one that played him in the 2005 film. I don't want him to be bigger than that. He definitely should not be super muscly. But he also shouldn't be small. I've also seen people trying to say they want Henry Cavill as Reed Richards, which is like, why?
No, just
he's
save
not
Henry...
a bodybuilder.
Yeah, save Henry Cavill for someone more chiseled and Superman-esque. I don't want to say he's now just pigeonholed into that, but it's like that. He could just do a character that was a little bit more, buff and tough.
I can't imagine
the smartest man in the world.
Imagine a character that with stretchy arms, but those arms are bulging muscles.
Yeah,
that would just be weird as hell.
And I'm sure some comic book artists have definitely drawn Reed Richards that way. They've drawn Mr. Fantastic bulging muscles because they draw everybody bulging muscles. They don't know how to do it and differentiate. But Jim Halpert or John Krasinski is so lovable,
Chip
stretchy, dorky. He's tall, like he's he's dorky. He's perfect for that role, but he just has to like hopefully his next, if he is going to play him in the movie, I assume he is, but he needs to just be a little more tortured, and I think that's more in the writing.
I'm obsessed that you called him stretchy because that also just reminds me of the Office quote where Michael Scott says that he's Gumby, and that you just called him stretchy.
There you go. The guy's been called Gumby before. Of course, he's the perfect person to play Reed Richards.
That's so funny.
The A1 John Krasinski. I don't like the only one of the Fantastic Four that I really don't have anyone in mind. I want to particularly play him is Johnny Storm. I like so I have ideas for what I would want for Sue Storm, which my main one I'm thinking right now I really like is Jodie Kramer, who was the lead actress in Free Guy.
Oh yeah, she's good.
I think that would be a lot of fun. So much. And then for The Thing, I either want Seth Rogen.
I knew you were gonna say it.
Or Brendan Fraser.
Oh wow! Well, with him playing not Mr. Robot, him playing the character he plays in Doom Patrol. What the hell's his name in that?
Robot Man, I think.
Robot Man. Okay, something very non-imagination based.
Yeah,
but yeah, he's got such a lovable voice. I just don't know that if he's like the gruff type, because to me his voice needs to be
like he
gruff and like
do a gruff type though. I don't know.
Michael Chiklis did such a good job that they just need to find a Michael Chiklis like voice.
I wouldn't mind if they brought back Michael Chiklis as for like maybe not have him as the
human version,
Ben before he turns into him, because Michael Chiklis has gotten old.
Yes. But he'd be like the 50-year-old guy hanging out with a bunch of young people.
He still has about the same voice. So if once he becomes a CGI version of a thing, just bring him back as the voice. I think people would love that. Like, Michael Chiklis is the voice I always associate with the Thing.
And that's my biggest fear of it being Seth Rogen, is that Seth Rogen has such a distinct voice. Yeah. He's been a voice actor in things like Kung Fu Panda. He's been like Monsters vs. Aliens. Like, we know his voice even without the face. We get the laugh. Like, he's hired because of his laugh half the time. And it's like, the Thing shouldn't be laughing. He shouldn't be a stoner. I want to hear someone angry.
But I think the only reason I would. Well, one, I just want Seth Rogen in the MCU because I love Seth Rogen, but also like I think it could be interesting to see how what they could do with a funny thing, but I don't know.
A funny thing. Oh, all right. Before we get into the episode, I have to pause, and that means John, you're gonna have to edit this out.
We taking a pee break
or leave it in? But we are taking a pee break.
I absolutely have to go to the bathroom.
That's fine.
John, you'll just have to get used to the pee break thing. And you know what, listeners, if you want to check out our podcast, it's full of pee breaks. So check us out next Friday. I think so, probably.
You didn't edit them out?
Oh my God, should I have done that?
I don't care. Oops.
Check us out September 30th on Everyday Ordinary Idiots.
Yep. Essentially.
I said it wrong, didn't I?
Ordinary Everyday Fools. Starring Keith and Lizard.
Yeah.
Ordinary Everyday Fools. Why does my cup look so vibrant? This has been going strong. I got this at the Dollar Tree 5 years ago.
Nice.
That doesn't have an LED light in it? What the shit?
How do I prove it?
I believe you. It's
just me cup. Oh, there's everything.
I'm gaped.
Okay, let me try to.
John's going, I don't have a video podcast.
No, that's fine. No, that's good. That's good. I don't want any of this in there. Keith told me, we were talking about it last night and just getting like final like logistics. Keith was like, oh, by the way, like there's no viewers. And I was like, thank God. I can just sit.
Yeah, you don't get to dance. You don't gotta
No
dance
dancing.
around.
And if I do, guess what? They don't get to see it. Haha. Sucks to be them. All right.
So,
I'm ready for the
one
juice.
last thing before I actually set this review. I want to take a second, even though there's no chance she's listening, but happy birthday to the amazing, beautiful woman behind my tall green goddess, Tatiana Maslany.
Happy birthday!
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, just Jen.
I think it's also gonna be funny because I do have my couple. So yeah, I watched this whole thing today. I was gonna do like a last night and then today, and then I realized at the time it was only 5 half-hour episodes. And I was like, oh, never mind. I'm just gonna watch it today. So I have every piece of knowledge from the entire thing right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
No.
Let us know if you have any questions.
Oh God.
This
ahead,
episode is titled Just Jen. We started off the episode as Jen gets asked to be bridesmaid at her friend Lulu's wedding. You probably could guess that's why I chose the trivia question I chose this week.
Oh,
That makes
got
sense.
it.
Nikki
Got
wants Jen to show her the super suit that Luke made her, but Jen refuses. And Nikki tells her that she's killing her and is twice to send in to kill a fun person. Oh, and I love that line.
I love Nikki.
Yeah.
I love
Yes,
Nikki.
she's so good.
She is awesome.
Jen does show her a dress that said Luke made for her, and Nikki starts screaming and says, "You're gonna look hot as Shulkie." And I gotta agree with Nikki. Hey, I know, shocking.
Also, when I heard her call her Shulkie, I was like, Shulkie, John's gonna love this.
I also
so,
quickly. Oh, sorry. No.
Shulkie is actually is like, though it's not really really been canon like the comics, but it's time that that a lot of She-Hulk fans call She-Hulk in different things whenever they're talking about it. That's why I use that name for the Patreon thing of the reading room with Hulkie and Shulkie.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Very quickly, only because I just looked at this. This will only matter to Keith and I. Tatiana is from Regina, Saskatchewan.
Yeah. Which
Didn't
is pretty
know it.
funny that
Didn't know it.
Ched
My
brings
girl's
up.
Canadian.
Wait, no, not Ched. The douche that she went on one date with
Yeah.
was like, and now that's why
Well, no.
I'm banned from Winnipeg. And I was like,
Yes!
that's really funny.
Well,
That's,
and the other
yeah.
girl,
Winnipeg, Canada.
my girl, Jamil, her name is Tatiana in the anyway, sorry. You're also
Titania.
sorry. This is spelled the same.
Except it's not spelled the same.
It's been a point of contention as far as getting it right
shit.
and saying Tatiana. when you
Oh,
say Titania.
shoot.
Yeah.
Cut it all out. Cut it all out. No.
Cut it. Cut that.
Cut. 3, 2, 1, go.
Which not only is Tatiana Maslany from Regina, Canada, but also Deadpool is from Regina, Canada.
Yes, and our boy Ryan is where's he from specifically?
I don't know it.
I'm gonna
BC,
figure.
probably.
No, I think Ryan's from. Hold on, I'll figure it out. He's yeah, no, John got it. He's from Vancouver.
Oh shit!
He's from Vancouver, British Columbia.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Continuing on, sorry.
Uh,
Us as little Canadians love when other people are Canadian. It is like our fuel, our fire. We love it.
pretty excited.
So Keith, what did you think of that thing I shared with you earlier this week of how maple syrup is made?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't want to break it to you, but it's true.
Oh dear God.
I'm trying to remember.
Okay, so
anyways,
basically for anyone listening, and also for Liz, as you didn't see this, but basically, so I got recommended to me this comic thing on Twitter are
Okay.
showing this woman who's is like not wearing a shirt and also say it and it
I'm
says
linking her to
how
it
they
right now.
how
I'm excited.
Canadians really make make maple syrup, which it's not, and it's not and it actually has nothing to do with the fact that she's shirtless, but it has
Oh, okay. I was gonna say,
It
given
has-
the fact that you said shirtless and making maple syrup, I'm nervous. First off,
yeah, so apparently
Keith, do I need to go in
according to
incognito
this-
mode?
apparently according to
No.
this post, Canadian hair sweat is how you make maple syrup.
What's hair sweat?
I
do you
guess
mean,
Like
wet
it's
sweat
hair
from your
sweat?
head? Is
Yeah.
it different than my bod?
Body?
Sweat coming from your hairs. It's like, what the hell?
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean, I.
It says, I made a fresh bottle.
Where
or
are you sending me this, Keith?
you want it from the tap. Feed
Oh.
the Canadian. They make,
Oh, I found
syrup
it.
like a bee.
Why does she have the same hair as me? Why are we both gingers? She cute. You know what? I'll say it. She cute.
She cute. That's where.
Yeah.
That's where. Maple syrup.
I have absolutely no idea why I was recommended that post on Twitter.
That's fucking
But then
hilarious.
when
I
I
do.
saw it, I immediately was like, this. I'm going to share this with Keith.
That's funny. No, that's very
And
funny.
and
my
I
guy.
just honestly wrote. I just responded with like a. And you take that however that looks on Twitter.
Listen, that is funny.
Okay.
I like it. No, I like that.
Jen tells Nikki that the dress and looking hot is actually the reason that she's excited to go.
Mhm.
And Nikki asks, "Why would anyone have a wedding on a Thursday?" I wonder whether if this is a coincidence, and that they just happen to plan it as a Thursday, or if they changed the line in the episode to Thursday when Marvel changed the releases from Wednesdays to Thursdays on the show. Because that is such a coincidence. It's that this is a Thursday that the episode's coming out, and and the wedding is on a Thursday.
I agree, and I also thought it was brilliant the way she like called out the idea of like a self-contained wedding episode in the middle of the season. If you find that inconvenient, well, that's exactly what it's like. Oh.
So
It was beautiful how she was like, "Oh, is it?
yeah.
Oh, look at the sweet babe." I did love watching it for the first time. How she was like, "Isn't this inconvenient?" Yeah. Anyway, here it is. Take it.
Kind of like
I
what
loved
weddings
it.
are.
Yeah, weddings are always inconvenient,
Yeah.
so enjoy. I loved that.
So Jen tells her how Lulu is an old friend from school and that Ched is DJing the wedding. Fun. Just love more Ched.
Woo, Ched.
Jen thinks that both her and Lulu feel obligated to have her as the bridesmaid. And I love how Nikki just says, "You say no when they ask you that." I thought that was pretty funny. But Jen mentions how she's not happy that Mallory will have to take up her slack at work. Nikki's fine with that, obviously, because she gets to work closer to her crush. Yeah. Since they did confirm in interviews that there's that Nikki has a crush on Mallory.
Why wouldn't she? She's Mallory frickin'
Yeah.
Book.
It
Dog.
makes sense.
And Jen breaks the fourth wall to say that this is a self-contained wedding episode. But I look great, so let's go. Jen arrives at the wedding in the Luke Jacobson dress, and we get a slow-mo shot of her walking up, which I loved the slow-mo shot.
Mhm.
It was so good. And Heather starts complimenting Jen, and including her caked up ass. And Lulu comes up to asking Jen to talk to her privately real quick.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
I have to say, I recognized the actress playing Lulu right away as known from the amazing sketch comedy series on Netflix called I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson. Her name is Patty Harrison, and she has probably, I think, over 2 seasons, she has three sketches that she's featured in primarily. Fucking hilarious. And as soon as I saw her in this role, I was like, there's got to be a reason why they hired her for this. And I know the character was meant to be basically really annoying right off the bat. As a photographer of many weddings, I've definitely understood the type of people that are at them. But there's a moment later that I will reveal later that it completely made sense why they had Patty Harrison as Lulu, because it was so fucking funny to me. But anyways, continue.
Fantastic.
Lulu is annoyed that Jen is in Hulk form because she's got to take away the spotlight from Lulu. And Jen says she doesn't think anyone would look at her, which obviously Lulu is right. Everyone will look at you. You're a Hulk. Yeah, like who would not look at a Hulk if she was at a wedding?
As she was slow-mo walking up, I was like, the bride's gonna have a problem with the stealing of the thunder. That's not good. That's not cool. You can't do that. Yeah, it's her day. Or their day.
Very different arguments about that, but I'm eating chips right now, so I will confirm once I'm done chewing.
So Jen
Please jump in at any time.
Is to be regular Jen, and Lulu hugs her, and it's a bit awkward as she's trying to turn her face away so that she's not right in Jen's boobs, and then Lulu walks away.
I would not be the same.
I probably would not be doing the same either.
Listen.
You get graced with the hug from She-Hulk.
Rudely walking away, trying to put my face away.
You get graced with that hug, you put your face in the boobs. Listen.
That's right. There's a reason she's that high for a reason.
You know, I don't know. I also have very, maybe different, maybe, I don't know. So if it's your wedding, yes, it's your wedding, it's your day, blah, 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 blah. If you love this person enough to put them in your bridal party, this is also, I would like the listeners to know, this is coming from somebody that has never been married, never been in a bridal party, never had any experience. However, these are just my thoughts in my brain. For my own personal, one day I think I'll get married. If you are organizing your bridal party and you're doing XYZ, yes, it's about you. However, you should also be happy with your bridal party. How they look, how they dress, how they act, because you have picked these people to be in your, your little party, your little shindig. I was upset when she was like, if you could just not Hulk for a minute, it's taking away from
I definitely was upset by that too.
Yeah.
I think she is right in that everyone will look at Jen because she's a Hulk. But that's but I'm not like, you should be telling her this because of that. No.
Yes, they're gonna look at her. That's an insecurity on you.
I simply was saying that yeah, she's definitely will be looked at if she's a Hulk. It's not, but not that she should be
green.
told not to be Hulk.
Yeah, exactly. She's green, of course. She's green. Girl's green. Yeah. But if you're choosing to have this woman in your wedding party, you have to understand. You have to know. And listen, if you're insecure, just say it. That's all. That's all. But I will say, if and when I get married, I don't think I'll be choosing anybody that's green in my wedding party. If my friend says, "Hi, I'm actually the She-Hulk," I'll go, catch you at the reception.
Okay, Keith, when you go to her wedding, you're gonna need to put green face paint all over your face.
Oh man!
Oh my god, please!
I already bought this stuff.
Yes. Keith already has a speech ready.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yep.
That's gonna be my nickname at the wedding. Speech Hulk.
Speech Hulk. Spulch.
Spulch. I have 3 speeches planned.
3 speeches. 3.
Jen and says to the camera, obviously this would be the time we wouldn't want to show up as just Jen. And then we get a title card saying just Jen, attorney at law.
I loved that.
I love that. Yeah.
I loved that so much.
John, did you ever expect to be an hour into your podcast and just now getting to the title card?
I think it's happened a few times as before.
Yeah, you're right.
But,
Fair enough.
Oh man, I like these title card changes. I still wish there was a theme song for the show, though. Yeah. I think it would be so fun for there to be a theme song.
I'll make one.
But like it's sad that there's to me that there's not, because I used to love of growing up watching shows and like particularly comedic shows having these special theme songs that are specifically made for the show.
Well, like and Liz will actually get this with this reference of the MCU.
She'll actually understand
something. with WandaVision, they were calling upon past sitcoms. They were doing a whole rundown of sitcoms, so they had a very talented couple do the theme song for each and every episode and change it up a bit.
Yep.
But this, even though this show is reminiscent of the 70s and 80s series, The Incredible Hulk, it's not calling back to that very often. Yeah. So it's not really an homage to it so much as just, hey, this is the only other fucking Hulk show we've ever gotten. So
here you go, have this.
Check this out. And so it's like the only thing that would ever warrant a theme song was if they were garnering back to an older time, which is a shame.
I'm mainly thinking of like both based on like whether it be a superhero cartoons or it be
law shows,
law shows, because a lot of law shows have theme songs on them, and then also because this is a sitcom. This is definitely a sitcom. So like sign like how the Fresh Prince and theme song, like sign like that, but for She-Hulk would be so good.
That would be sick.
I can make it again. I'll make it.
And DJ Incredible Hulk comes out with the remix.
Oh god.
Yeah.
So
where were we?
I love it.
Then Jen asks who she's gonna be paired with, and Lulu says Jonathan, who won't show up till tomorrow.
Yay!
The other bridesmaids say how they love Jonathan, and we then cut to Nikki and Mallory meeting with this guy named Mr. Immortal. Nikki he tries sitting by the window, probably because she's nervous around her crush, but Mallory tells her to come closer. Mr. Immortal says he knows that this divorce case is not so typical, but he needs help or the settlement will bleed him dry. And he goes into a tangent about how he's a good guy and he's tried marriage more than anyone else. And again, that he's a good guy. And he asks, he says, would people really blame him for running into traffic, to not have to tell his partner he doesn't love them anymore, or that they wear weird pajamas?
What if I died? But I didn't die. No, legally, you die. Legally, you're dead.
And
legally, you're dead.
And you're an identity thief and forger.
I found it particularly hilarious how he mentioned particularly that they wear weird pajamas. Like that is a reason to get out of a marriage.
Yeah, which to me shows you don't deserve marriage, because guess what? You do weird shit.
Yeah.
You wear funny PJs. You call each other silly things. Guess what? It's marriage.
Mallory asks,
coming from someone who's not married.
Yeah.
So Mallory asks, you kill yourself to get out of a relationship? And he says, it will not kill, that I'm immortal, so I can't die. And Nikki defends Mallory, saying, so you think this woman with a law degree doesn't know what immortal means?
I loved that. I loved that so much.
She explains how he dies in a legal sense, and then Mallory asks if he's ever felt bad about using this tactic. and he repeats again that he's a good guy, and he thinks this is the most considerate way to end a marriage.
Take note about this, John. John, going forward, I want you to remember the term "good guy" or "nice guy."
But this
That
is not
shit
it. This
is
ain't it. This ain't it,
lampooned.
dude.
Oh my god, that is
This
made fun
ain't
of
it.
so much. There's
This ain't it.
yeah, I'll find the YouTuber that I'm thinking of, but holy shit, there is a guy who reads out in funny voices. He reads out a bunch of like incel and like nice guy Reddit posts that are like, I was this nice to her. Why am I not entitled to more love? And it's just like, oh my god, the idea of the nice guy is so ridiculous
Lost.
now.
It's gone.
And it's gone. It's gone. And the idea that nice guys finish last is unfortunately what it's all built upon. It's like, oh, we were nice and we're not getting what we want because of it. It's like, oh, shut the fuck up. You're not that nice. You're not nice at all in some regards. Anyways, continue.
Sorry.
Soro TV. That's
Love
his
it.
name on YouTube. Soro
Love it.
TV. If you ever look that guy up on
Oh,
YouTube,
God.
holy shit, is he funny. Continue.
So Nikki and Mallory start getting at him for not being able to confront his wives. He says that he thought lawyers are not supposed to be judgmental. And Nikki hilariously says that she's tapping out. And then both her and Mallory yell at Immortal to a point where he jumps out the window.
Yep.
And then he
That
gets
happened.
up and just walks off. And Nikki says, well, at least we now know how he does it.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was a really hilarious line.
Mhm.
Yep. I thought he was
Um,
done. I thought that he just walked away from the whole case. He was like, "Oh, I'll go find another lawyer." Like I didn't
thinking-
realize they took the case.
Okay.
Still.
I'm thinking he did that and he just straight came back right up to upstairs.
He's like, "I just needed to demonstrate my point. I will jump out the window if you guys annoy me."
And there's a point later in the episode where he tries it again, but they hold him down onto his seat so he can't do it. Now we cut to Jen, now in just Jen form. Lulu asks what she's been up to, and Jen tells her about how everything, but then that apparently is not what Lulu cares about.
No.
She
Nope.
wants to know if Jen is dating.
Absolutely. Is there a boy in your life?
Is that?
Oh,
Have you
God.
been to a wedding, Liz, where that was the only shit people cared about? Because I definitely I've heard
Yes.
that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The bride especially just wants to make sure. Oh, am I the only one who's happy?
Mhm.
Oh,
It's a
man.
huge power trip thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It
Interesting.
sucks. Yep.
I really honestly do not like Lulu's episode. She's really is rude to Jen.
She
I
fucking
agree.
sucks.
I
I'll say
agree.
it. She
Yeah.
fucking sucks.
She does. She does.
So-
Fucking sucks.
Lulu goes over to another group of people who are discussing Team Edward or Team Jacob, confirming that Twilight exists in the MCU.
Yeah, true. Holy shit. They were like,
So
oh
here
shit.
for it.
Not song I ever expected them
I'm
to.
so here for it.
They were like, Edward got scooped up as Batman. We can officially just say it now.
Give it to me. I'm so here. I'm so here for it.
Oh man. But, last episode we got Shrek confirmed to be to exist, and then now we have Twilight.
Anything that's not Disney, I feel, is going to get recognized as real. If it wasn't Shrek and it was like, oh no, never mind, Inside Out got confirmed in the first episode, and she's like, Bing Bong, and no, Bing Bong,
Bong.
no. Oh man, I love that.
Oh
That
man.
was such a good
There you
part.
go.
Anyways,
Yep.
So
they're right.
and Titania walks in the door. Jen asks,
My babe.
"Why are you here?" And she says that she's dating a friend of the groom who invited her.
Yep.
Um,
I also watched this like
Which
2
I'm-
hours ago, so yep.
which I'm gonna be honest, I don't think she would be willing to be with that guy. So
No, they pan over to a guy that makes no sense for an
Like,
online
I feel
influencer
like-
of her stature to be
I
dated.
feel like she is definitely someone who's very shallow. She would not be willing to be with a guy like that.
No, she immediately, Jen calls it
Yeah.
out later. She's like,
Oh,
she's just here to mess with me. How is no one else seeing this? She almost calls it out too soon because there's not been that many other people
Yeah.
around to hear it. But yeah, that's absolutely right.
Yeah, so Lulu comes over, happy that Titania came. She brings up that Titania is busy. She has 5,000 businesses. I find it really annoying how she wants to pump up Titania's ego, but does not want to hear about Jen's life and success. Jen says that Titania came just to mess with her, to which Lulu says she's insane to think. Fuck you, Lulu. Fuck you.
You're not wrong when you called it out.
Absolutely.
Lulu sucks.
She fucking sucks.
She fucking
Sorry.
sucks.
I saw it from the beginning. This girl sucks. I've
Yep.
experienced these people in my real life. They fucking suck.
Fucking suck.
So, Jen and walks outside to sit and calm down, eating nuts.
I thought they were pistachios. That's all surprising.
Still
I
a
think
nut.
it's still a
All
nut.
we
No, I
know,
think it's still a nut.
from
Never
what they
mind.
said in the show
think
was
that's
that
so
they're
correct.
candied nuts.
Yeah, no,
So I
I
don't
think
know what
that's
type
still
of
a
nut particularly, but
I think
yeah.
There's another thing I've heard too. Americans call them candy bars. We call them chocolate bars. Am I wrong about that?
Well, I think there's a difference though between a chocolate bar and just a candy bar.
What's a candy bar, John? First thing that comes to mind when you hear candy bar, go.
I'm thinking like a payday bar, which is not chocolate.
What is that?
I don't know.
I remember right. It's
What
not
is that?
chocolate.
Oh, John.
You stumped us.
So sorry, if this is offline, I'll very quickly say you live an hour away from my grandparents, which is very funny to me because you're in Georgia, correct?
Yeah.
Very funny. That's it. You just live an hour away from my grandparents who live in Macon. Do you know where Macon is?
I've heard of it. I think it's
like
near
10. It's
Atlanta.
like a sub sort of thing of like Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah. Anyway, I just think it's hilarious. It's so cool. I don't know. The internet's a very cool place. That's all.
So
This geography conversation is making me crazy.
Oh,
so
wow, Keith,
okay,
that was very
so
funny.
a payday bar. A payday bar
Yeah, what's a payday bar?
It's like it's caramel that has peanuts covering it.
Gross. No, I'm just
Well,
kidding.
no, Keith.
That sounds amazing.
like-
It sounds amazing.
Here, hold on. Let me see what a payday bar is, and then I can tell you what
Yeah,
that's
convert it to
in
Canadian.
Canada.
We've got-
Oh, it's like
we've
an
got,
O. Keith,
yeah.
it's like an O Henry.
Oh shit! You guys don't have those.
No,
Oh,
I've never
my
heard.
No, it's
of
like
that.
an O Henry bar.
Oh, hungry. Oh, Henry. And you got. Oh.
Yeah,
man.
it's like an O Henry.
I'm gonna have to send you something.
So,
Oh my God!
thank
Yeah,
you.
can we send each other care packages?
Ooh, I would not mind doing a Canadian in
I also can't eat
thing,
sweets,
anything
so
to-
Keith gets all of them. What a
Right.
happy day for Keith.
My mom sends
would-
my aunt, who's in North Carolina, O. Henry bars, coffee time bars, and like
Wait a minute.
probably some syrup.
Yeah.
Wait,
don't
I've
know.
got a very, very quickly, just because I love this shit. Hey, John.
Mhm.
The tiny little actually, do I have one in my bag? I will. Hold on. It's very quick.
If
I
I was sent some Canadian candy, I would do a video of trying out Canadian
Yeah,
candy.
Keith and I did the same.
Yes!
But I want you to tell me what this is called in your land, because I think it's so fucking funny. Here, hold on. Let me do one of these things. Because this, Keith, you're gonna. Where do you go?
You just disappeared.
Okay, I can't show you it because you're gonna see the label. But if I was like, what's this?
That looks to me like a Smartie.
Yeah, it's so funny. Okay, hold on. I'll wait for Keith to come back.
I
It's not
love
what they're-
those things.
It's not what they're called in Canada, which is why it's
But
very funny.
I love those
Oh,
things.
they're
I haven't
delicious.
had them in like 10 years though.
So I can't eat like very sweet gummy candies. My teeth just they don't work properly. So anything savory and any like chalky kind of candy I can eat.
Uh-huh.
These have been one of my favorites. Where the hell? Oh, I can see the reflection. Here it comes. Hold on, wait. Keith. Oh, he can't hear us. Keith.
Oh,
What?
oh,
Okay.
I was muted. Okay, cool.
Oh, you're back. Okay.
What's up?
So he already answered the damn question, but
What?
you will love this. John,
Okay.
what are these?
I would think
No.
they're Smarties.
Ah, Right? Isn't that funny?
Pranked.
Hey Keith, what are these?
Just kidding. They're rockets.
Uh-huh.
Smarties
Isn't that
are like a inferior version
No,
of M&Ms
Smarties
up
and
here.
Rockets. No, it's just reversed.
Yeah.
No, Smarties and Rockets are just reversed. So,
What?
John,
There's
your
not chocolate
rockets.
rockets down there.
Yes, there are.
What? Are they popular? Because I
I
don't think I've heard any
never
American
heard,
tell me
heard
about
of
that.
Rockets as being a chocolate thing here. I've never heard of Rockets as a candy.
Okay, so
honestly.
what do you call?
But I'm a real quick share. Never mind. I won't share my screen. I was going to show you guys the Smarties A's here.
Yeah.
Here, there. But I can't share my screen because Keith has it turned off.
Wait, what?
I
Keith,
didn't do
come
it
on.
on purpose. I
What
didn't.
fucker
I
up?
never did it on purpose. Okay.
Well, turn it off. Fix it.
Okay, there we go. Share your screen.
All right. So
I just love it. I love shit like this. I think it's so interesting.
this is Smarties.
Okay, hold on. How do
A's
I?
here in America.
Why won't it let me?
Ah,
Yeah.
Yep.
And
It's
look.
the same thing. It's
Yeah.
the exact same thing.
It's
Same
so funny,
name,
yeah.
logos, and stuff.
I worked at a place that sold American candy specifically, and I do remember these being on the shelf.
Yeah.
Damn. And you know what? The shitty thing is Smarties up here, in my opinion, are terrible.
Oh, I
They
can't
are
eat chocolate. Well,
well, yeah.
I was just telling
Well,
John, Keith,
yeah,
you know I can't
I-
eat chocolate.
Not a chocolate person.
Yeah, I was just telling
Yeah.
John. I can't eat chocolate. Because
Yeah,
my
I'm not.
fucking
I'm
stupid
not a
ass
fan
teeth.
of. I'm not a fan of chocolate either. So
Fucking hate chocolate.
I-
This is why this is a good little team. This is why
So-
this is a good setup.
the only chocolates I would want to eat.
Yep.
One. So white chocolate I like cookies
I like
and
cookies
cream,
yes, I like
and-
cookies and cream.
and then coffee chocolates.
Ooh, I don't know if
Yes.
I've had. I don't know if
There's
I've
some.
had.
I've had some really good coffee chocolates. About like
What do you mean?
my
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 coffee
uncle.
Wait, coffee or
uh,
toffee?
Coffee crunch?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Coffee.
I thought you said toffee. That's why I was like, eh.
No,
Coffee I've had.
particularly coffee.
Oh, okay. Yes.
So
yes.
I when I was younger,
Coffee crisp.
there
Coffee
was
crisp.
my
Shit.
uncle, my uncle
What's wrong?
when he was living with us, he was a lot of nights he was supposed to do the dishes. He would pay my brothers and I in coffee chocolate
Oh.
bars to do the dishes for him.
That's funny.
Motherfucker.
And I've grown to love coffee flavored chocolates
Yeah,
because of that.
That's
Yeah.
called grooming an addiction.
Also, if you're interested, so
Oh.
the for you the Smarties, but for Keith and I the rockets that I pulled out of this bag. So this bag, I think it's funny. This bag lives in my my actual bag that includes Q-tips, bobby pins, Pepto-Bismol. It's my emergency bag. Because I have
the same kind.
No, because I have diabetic friends.
Well,
right?
as a kid, I
Yeah.
didn't know Pepto-Bismol came in chewables, and now I
Check it
learned
out,
that because
Keith.
Katie's in it.
I'd rather the chewable.
You're talking
I
about your-
hate the taste of
I'll drink that shit.
drinking.
I'll drink it. I'll drink it in a
Pepto-Bismol. It's
smoothie. I
disgusting.
love
I'll
it.
God.
drink it in a
Keith,
heartbeat.
I
It
love
tastes
it.
like
Keith, I
blended
love-
double bubble.
Yeah.
But you know what's worse is drinking cold medicine.
Yeah, well.
Agreed.
And then
Cold
check it
medicine
out.
is disgusting.
I've got Vicks.
Yeah,
This
well.
is for my nose. It goes
Yeah.
and then I've got Tylenol. So this is my like emergency bag.
Yeah,
And
so clearly we're
Actually-
all hypochondriacs up here, and
Well, I'm not a I'm not a hypochondriac.
yeah.
I just have a lot of shit wrong with me.
Because
I'm
I'm
falling
on
apart.
so I'm on antidepressants, so I can't have normal ibuprofen. So
mhm.
I keep some
Yeah.
an off-brand Tylenol in my room
Yep.
for whenever I have a headache.
I've
are they
got,
called acetaminophen?
Oh my god,
Um,
Keith.
It's
I was gonna say I'm on
acetaminophen, I think is how it's pronounced.
I was gonna say I've
Oh.
got chronic ADHD, so I'm also on chronic fuck your brain up medication. But yeah,
Oh, man.
I love it. I love it. All right.
Which it honestly kind of pisses me off because it's more expensive to get Tylenol or even the off-brand Tylenol than to just get ibuprofen.
Oh, yeah.
But I can't have ibuprofen anymore, so that's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
That's-
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
that sucks.
I
I have no idea where we left
Yep.
off.
That's okay.
A guy
3,
walks up to
2, 3,
Jen.
2.
A guy walks up to Jen and he tells her, "Sorry, I know this is awkward. I've not perfected how to approach strangers. He's just like me. I'm awkward with strangers too."
There you go.
Same.
But not with Liz. God damn. You guys are like
Are we
best of
really
friends now.
strangers?
I'm better with people over the internet now,
Mhm.
and I think in part it's because of how much I've talked to you, Keith, over the internet, and I've gotten more. I've gotten more like able to talk to people over the internet.
John, you're too sweet. I'm glad that it's helped.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
so but sadly, it's not. It hasn't fixed how awkward I am in real life, though.
Well, let's just cut out real life entirely.
So he says as his name is Josh, and Jen asks if they gave him a +1 to the wedding. He says no, but he doesn't mind that. His plan was to strike up a very normal person with a beautiful woman stuffing her face with candy nuts. And Jen says, "Well, you're doing really good at sticking to your plan."
I like this guy, and I was actually like,
oh yeah,
at that point, because
No,
all
he's
those
so sweet. He's so cool. I like
your microphone just blasted
like
into the
him.
cat.
I'm so sorry.
Butterbean the cat
Blame
just
it on Butter.
Butterbeer the cat just banged into that microphone.
I'm so
like
sorry.
Like,
Get gone.
Get gone. You just brought him in there. Now this guy, his name's Joshua.
Josh.
So Josh was like, we've heard all these like misogynist fans complaining about this show in that it doesn't paint men in the same brush equally as it does the women, and I understand that, you know, people can act like the driving force of a show's tone can be like this woke feminist kind of thing, and therefore not paint men in like a fair brush. But it's like it clearly needs to compensate and overcompensate for all the times that women are not depicted well in media, but also the fact that there's so many men out there that suck. So a long time ago, I've been with my fiance for 5 years, and
we love it.
When it first was pointed out, when she first pointed out to me the way that, you know, incels or misogynists or just shitty men were depicted in hilarious parody and media and YouTube videos and stuff, I would sit there going like, at first I was like, well, we're not all like that. And
hashtag not all men.
Yeah, exactly. And she was like, no, it's not making fun of that though. We know. Nobody laughing at this, nobody liking this video thinks that all men are like this. It's just that some of them are, and it doesn't get talked about that much. So you have to embellish that and talk about it. But I was so glad that Josh did not get exposed as some asshole down the line, like we got in what was it, episode 4 or something. Yeah. The guy who she carries to bed and then turns out is just kind of just into one form of Jen. And it's not even though he's, like you were saying last episode, I think, John, you were saying that guy kind of redeemed himself in a few ways in the court case. Like, he wasn't the worst guy in the world. I don't disagree. Like, I think he did make some better points about himself.
I think he's had time to reflect since then, and he feels and he does feel like he didn't deal with that in a good way.
Yeah, he felt kind of shitty.
And I think that him reflecting on that and him and like seeing as that was a bad thing he did, I think I don't know if he will appear there again. He probably won't, but but I think this character, he is probably that experience has made him learn from his actions, and he's going to start becoming a better person.
I also think that guy told a different story than what we got from the previous dudes in that dating episode where she went through all these shitty dates. The shitty dated guys, whether it was her as Jen dating them or She-Hulk dating them.
Oh no, they only wanted to date She-Hulk.
Yeah, the ones she had beforehand.
She-Hulk, yeah.
But the horrible dates that she had as Jen, all of them were incredibly transparent about how terrible they were. This guy was a player. This guy was you didn't know if he had any bad intent. You didn't know until it was too late, and whatever, she woke up and she wasn't She-Hulk, and so he was also thrown by that. Who the hell goes on a date with somebody who has two forms entirely? So it is different, but it's like, I was glad to see that they showed both sides, because also majority of guys I feel that would be on those dates would not really be being their full selves to begin with anyway. So you got all these guys that are being absolute clowns, and it's like, oh wow, you're really not. None of those guys are putting their best foot forward.
But, and I do think there was an interesting difference between like how he, even though, so he, as he said, that he would not have gone on the date if it was Jen and presenting, and but unlike the rest of the people, he didn't spend the whole time he was on the stand just shitting on Jen and She-Hulk versus a lot of the other dates did. The only other one that didn't do that, didn't shit on her the whole time, was the one that it's kind of obvious he wants to get into her skin to get her blood.
Yes. No, it's true. Yeah, absolutely.
I think there's definitely a difference between him and the rest of those guys. He is learning from his actions. The rest of them are not, and they're also distorting the events to make it out to seem like they were the good ones in that situation.
Yeah. No.
Versus he did not. He didn't distort the situation at all. He said exactly what happened.
And in this episode with the wedding, Josh was this super charming guy, super sweet. And there's no, so far anyway, and I would only assume that they're not going to have this big reveal with Josh, the wedding guy, to reveal that he's also a douchebag.
You never fucking know.
I know, but it's like if it was really trying to paint men with the same brush, it'd be like, oh yeah, none of them.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Redeemable, and Josh seems like a
he
good
seems
dude.
redeemable.
So
I do have theories about the wedding, but I'll get to later in the episode. But I don't think there was anything off with Josh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. No, I agree.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. It's too pretty.
Yeah.
It's too pretty.
So
He's too
cool.
He's too cute.
Too damn cute.
He's a cutie.
So,
what can you do?
Lulu comes out. She wants Jen
Lulu
to be a cleanup crew.
Fucking
And
Lulu.
then she takes Josh away for something inside.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then
throws all the throws all of the shirts to iron.
Yeah.
Was like, oh, you're part of the bridal team, right? Here, iron all these shirts. She's like, what? Someone throws her their empty glass. Hate it. I'm
in the morning,
at this point.
we cut to Nikki, Mallory, and Immortal meeting with his ex-wives and husband.
Mm-hmm.
As we hear some of their stories, and then Mallory asked when they became aware of Mr. Immortal's pattern of behavior.
Mm-hmm.
And one says a friend sent them a link from a site called Intelligentsia. This is a reference to a sign in the comics. It's there is a villain team called the Intelligentsia that is
Keith didn't even know it.
filled with a lot of Marvel's greatest evil minds, including characters like MODOK, the leader, which I think there's I think that kind of tells us there's a good chance the leader might be showing up.
Okay, definitely foreshadowing. Yeah, I also love that for something Keith and I did not know. That made me very happy.
And the Intelligentsia is also in the comics. They are the people behind turning General Ross into the Red Hulk.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a lot of interesting stuff there.
Wow.
Mallory asked if this is the one for hateful man babies. I love that line.
Painful man, baby.
He's like, no, you're thinking of 4chan, and sometimes Reddit.
Okay, yeah. I was
Mostly
I
Reddit.
was so sure while watching this that this was literally just a retextured Reddit ad from when
That's
they
what it
showed the
looked like,
screen.
yeah.
It looked
Yeah.
to me like exactly like Reddit,
Yeah, it looked like a new skin.
like the interface of Reddit. Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
So
As Clinton says, 100%, 100%.
I bet this is gonna make the asshole anti-woke crowd very angry.
Oh,
and that
let me
makes
hear it.
me very
Hear
happy.
it. Bring it to me. Give it to me. I'm a woman. Give
Tweet,
it. I'm a
tweet
woman.
lizard.
Bring it at Cheddar
Yeah.
Jalapeno on
Cheddar
Twitter.
jalapeno.
Give it to me, please. I'd love it.
Direct your hate accordingly
Please.
at the women. No, I'm just kidding.
Oof.
We see
Please.
Nikki's notebook where she wrote down intelligentsia, but I want to mention something that I thought was really funny in this notebook. That's not about what they were particularly wanting you to look for, or in that notebook, because they literally put a circle around it. But so there was something else in the notebook. So under where Nikki, since Nikki has been writing notes about everything that's been happening in this meeting. So under the jazz funeral,
Yeah,
Nikki wrote "need pics."
I did see that.
I think that was hilarious.
I did see that. I honestly thought that when you started talking about underwear, that
I was not talking about underwear, Keith.
no, but you said the two words under and where.
You thinking about?
You said the two words consecutively, underwear,
And then he
and
pieced
I
it
thought
together
that
and
you.
said underwear.
I thought Nikki was writing notes about underwear specifically, and I was like, "Whoa, what?" Huh? But now I have it. I have it in front of me, and yeah, married to Roger. Jazz funeral need pics. I get it now. It makes sense.
So the three of them then turn around and whisper to each other. Mallory says, "Not only did you fake your death multiple times, you forged fake identities. You should be in prison." Okay, one thing. Why did it take this long for Mallory to realize he would have made fake identities? Since he already told them in a legal sense he's killed himself multiple times, so he would have to have created new identities.
You might have found the first legal flaw of this season. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure there's tons of flaws, legally speaking. But yeah, I did think the same thing. I was like, oh, he's clearly also created false identities if he's dying all the time. Yeah. Why are they just catching him now? And yeah.
Immortal says he will never understand women. And Mallory says that she'll try to get the best deal under circumstances, but you will have to pay. And she starts smiling. He asks, "Why are you smiling?" She says, "It's kind of fun." I love Mallory.
Yeah,
she's
I love her.
So good.
It's kind of fun. Yeah.
We cut to Jen, who upon getting to the venue in the morning is told the groomsman and certainly got wrinkled and playing Mario Kart, and she's got to iron them. And then Lulu comes out saying, "Jen, your groomsman is here." She presents Jonathan, who is a very small dog. If Lulu doesn't want people looking at Jen and during this wedding, you shouldn't put her with the dog. People are obviously gonna look at the person with the dog.
That's fair. That's fair. I think this dog is so sad looking. He's got a tongue sticking out. They said they had to resuscitate him that day or the day before. And like, is he leaking? Like, there's so many little lines through this whole series, really. But like, there's so many little lines that are hidden between other people talking. And if you could rewatch and hear a completely different bunch of lines, and there's some really funny fucking gems in this, and I really like them talking about Jonathan.
Though I would honestly rather not go into much with Jonathan, because as you know, I have some stuff that happened lately with dogs.
100%. I hear you.
I'm gonna just get right past that. So we cut back to the meeting with the exes, and Immortal offers up his Apple shares and gold left to him by his first wife, Baroness Cromwell, and how we can split it evenly between you 8. Baroness Cromwell is probably Lily Cromwell / Baron Blood from the Dracula comics, but I want to think it's from Halloweentown, and that means that film is now canon to the MCU.
Wait, are we talking
Yes!
Adam Sandler's Halloweentown?
Absolutely.
Adam Sandler is not in Halloweentown.
What?
Okay, I'm thinking of a different thing then. Thank God.
Oh,
Liz,
wait,
you're
we're both-
confused, though.
Halloweentown.
No, we're both
Halloweentown is a Disney Channel movie. I
Yes,
don't
but
think
that
Adam
doesn't
mean-
Sandler
Okay,
has
good.
ever been in any Disney Channel film.
You're thinking about Joy Zimmerman.
No, I
So-
was thinking of the thing that Adam Sandler made that
I'm
was Halloween
thinking-
related.
I'm
Like
guessing
Halloween,
that you're thinking
Herbie
of-
Halloween.
yeah.
Yep, that's the one.
So
My bad.
yeah, and this that is mainly because I love Halloweentown. That franchise of films is hilarious. And also just very nostalgic for me from my childhood.
Absolutely.
Which this is also a thought that I'm blatantly taking from my friend Gin and Tonics. We talked about it on Discord earlier today. The exes don't like that idea because they all have different amounts of relationship with him. And then we actually, this I think right here is around where he tries again to go send himself out a window or something, but Mallory puts her hand out and pushes him back into the chair, which I love that.
Yes.
We cut back to the wedding where we see Ched, who is calling himself DJ Incredible Hulk.
Yes, he is.
I hate that.
Yeah, no,
It
that's
is so
not
painfully
good.
cringe.
It's not good.
You are not a Hulk. You are
Mm.
just an annoyance.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone can't tell, I hate Ched. I very much hate that character.
Wait,
Yeah.
you hate the Incredible Hulk?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so bad. It's such a bad
It's-
name.
I mean,
I
obviously,
hate it.
The guy is a parody
Cringe.
of dumb dudes who think they be smart. And I kind of, you know what? As far as his hustle goes, the Incredible Hulk and the fact that he's like trying to get her autograph on stuff, like I was kind of enjoying that by the end of this episode, especially when he said wedding fight. Did he say?
Okay, the wedding fight is the one line from Ched that I did like. I thought that was funny. Yeah. Let's see. We see Jen go to the bar and she finds out it's a cash bar, and we get a montage of her dancing, spending more money, and getting drunk. I
As she
really
should.
love this montage so much. This was a lot of fun seeing her dancing around.
Mm-hmm.
And then we cut back to Nikki, who's now sitting on the table, and she figures out what to give each ex to make them happy. One of them is
I'm
going to
still
get an apology with eye contact for 15 seconds.
I loved that how much he argued about the eye contact thing.
Yeah,
too. It's
so
pretty hilarious.
and because of him arguing, Nikki he adds another 5 seconds. Which I also just love how Nikki is sitting on the table for this. It's just so Nikki doing that.
Yeah, I think that she made them feel comfortable. There's a certain charm in a informality when it comes to legal matters, and it's like she had their best interests in mind. And he maybe went to the wrong people, but you know what? At the same time, he could have gotten a lot more trouble. So yeah, good for Nikki.
If this were anyone else, I would feel bad for them because I have trouble with eye contact myself. It's like I got yelled at a lot about growing up. So, but I don't feel bad for him because he screwed these people over a ton.
Yep, fair.
Yeah. Immortal tries saying how he loved every single one of them, but they don't care. Air Mallory says, "We're done on Mrs. Ramos. That's unconventional and excellent." And Nikki starts happy laughing, which I loved her of that little moment. We then cut to Jen drunk as hell, and she calls Bruce, leaving a message asking where he is, and she says, "Call me back, you ding dong," which I found hilarious.
I did enjoy that because it did remind me of just anybody drunk and in a happy place, but they don't necessarily like identify with everybody there. So they start reaching out to people that they do identify with, and that is 100% what people do at occasions where they're kind of in their own little island, but they're still partying. That feeling's true. I loved it.
So Josh walks up. Jen says, "I thought Lulu had eaten you," which I thought was hilarious. So, and Josh says, "This looks like the most fun you've had all weekend, or Wednesday and Thursday." And Jen says, Joshua, Josh and Son. It's such a good name. Which that was honestly so cute.
I loved it.
From Jen, and then Jen tells him that they also gave you a good face too. Jen says that she's had her mind on too much wedding stuff.
Yes.
He asks if you're a romantic. Is that what it is? And she says, like, "Nah. I don't actually hate love." And I just wanted to come show how I'm actually doing pretty good. She says, I don't have a boyfriend or a husband, and Josh nervously says, "Good to know," which I thought that was really hilarious. I was like, it was so telling. She wants to wants to get a relationship with him, and he's just like, "Oh, you're doing that." That's very obvious.
Yeah. She's not trying to be coy anymore.
Yeah.
And he's aware of her drunk levels.
And she says, "Let me tell you a secret. I'm doing so good lawyering the law, and I am so strong. And you haven't seen what my She-Hulk hair looks like."
Aww.
And I gotta say,
I'm glad she noticed.
Her She-Hulk hair does look pretty awesome.
It's the best.
Yeah.
And it was like
that in the
comics.
It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Josh says that he would love to see it. And Jen says, "I can't do it here." Everyone is saying how She-Hulk is amazing. I just wanted to be amazing tonight. And Josh says, "I think you are pretty great." Jen says, "Oh no, it's happening." She runs outside and vomits.
Yeah.
And then Titania appears, punching her, sending her flying.
Sucker punched.
Fuck that girl. Fuck that bitch.
Who even does that?
Jamil.
Also, Josh should have come out with her to comfort her.
I agree.
As she's vomiting. Like I feel like that.
I absolutely agree.
If you're trying to, if you want someone to like you, you comfort them in a situation like this.
Yeah, if they're feeling sick and you can tell, like, make sure they're okay. Check in on them, even if they want, like, even if they swear privacy and they're like, leave me alone, like, go and check on them later.
Yeah, go.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
So, and Titania tells her, "I'm gonna publicly destroy you." Jed says, "I won that fair and square. Get over it." And Titania says that I don't get over anything. She pushes Jen to the ground again, and Titania asks, "Are you not gonna turn?" And Jen says, "I can take you like this." Hard. But she's drunk, so she just falls to the ground, like Keith just did.
So funny. So funny.
Which I love everyone Jen. Listening will not see that.
But those of us, the two of us, love it. Beautiful.
Titania says that this isn't fun if you aren't She-Hulk. Nope. And Jen asks why is she so obsessed? And Titania says, "I'm not. Everyone else is. You don't get to ruin everything for me for something you don't want. You don't deserve. So green up." Which I really felt bad for Jed here. Like that saying that she doesn't deserve it, I think really took it too far.
that one, that kind of sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, why does she deserve it? What the hell is Titania's backstory that she deserves fame and
Because we also don't know that.
Well,
We're just kind of assuming that she's kind of wealthy, powerful, but we haven't heard
Now,
it yet. Right?
There is definitely a lot of really sad stuff in Titania's backstory, but or from the comics, but and Jamil did say that they are going to get into that, but I'm honestly not sure how much more we're gonna see of Titania in the series, so I don't know how much we'll actually get into that. But yeah,
maybe season 2.
I think I'm broken
she...
in the fact of only seeing Jamil in The Good Place, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. So I'm kind of programmed to go, oh yeah. No, I know, but it's not. It's different, and I have to separate that. But oh my god, I love The Good Place. Anyway, that's a whole other podcast. Anyway, yeah.
Jen says, "Fine, I'll turn into She-Hulk just this once." She starts trying, but in her drunken state, she's forgotten how. Finally, when she is able to turn, I find there's just something so funny about seeing She-Hulk in this dress because it feels like a child's dress.
I was surprised it actually went down as far as it did because of how much taller she gets. Like, I'm looking at it right now, and in the episode, it's still like maybe like a centimeter off the ground. So it's how fucking long was it? We won't get into physics and science, but I was surprised. I was like, yes, it's clearly tighter, but it's like it still looks long. It looks like a nightgown She-Hulk's wearing. It was weird.
So she does a ground pound, knocking Titania inside, which I loved that.
That was so fucking cool.
And then
it was so cool.
Josh smiles seeing She-Hulk, and Jen waves at him, which that was such a cute moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the She-Hulk jumps at Titania, and the pose she's doing as this happened reminds me of one that Hulk has done, but I'm not sure which film it was in. And did it remind you of anything, Keith?
The what? Sorry,
the pose as she was jumping into Titania.
I think it reminded me more of Thor, like him in
maybe
Dark
Thor.
World or something. Like,
yeah, because it reminded me of something. There was something it reminded me of.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now with the wave, and then she jumps into the air. There's not. No, I wouldn't even say Thor, honestly. She's doing like a double hammer fist kind of pose and flying with her knees up. I don't know anybody who's doing that these days.
So here's where we get the only thing that Chet has said that I actually like. He yells, "We got a wedding fight!"
Oh my god!
Jen punches his Titania in the face, sending her flying.
Electric boogie playing.
Yeah.
Electric boogaloo.
Titania starts getting angry as people take photos. She runs towards Jen, but then falls on some ice, breaking her teeth. Which everyone see that was just like, whoa.
Yeah. That hurt as somebody just watching that. Oh no.
Multiple phones filming.
Don't like that.
People are uploading this immediately.
Didn't like it.
Which I feel like it's got how she reacted is definitely going to make her lose some followers on social media.
Yeah, she's gonna go from influencer to
she's probably gonna have to make probably gonna have to make a very fake sounding apology video.
Absolutely. Yep. She's gonna have to use the buzzwords of my mistake, apology, feeling upset. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So she slaps a phone out of someone's hand, takes a cake, and leaves. Jen turns around to see Lulu is behind her. Jen starts apologizing, Izzy. At first, Lulu looks angry at Abe, but then plays it off, saying, "Oh my God, She-Hulk is at my wedding. I'm such a fan." She leans in for a hug and
She only has one
hilarious.
eye open, though. Remember, she's got one eyeball open. She's drunk as shit.
This was the point in the episode that I knew why they had hired this actress to
He
play
had one
this
eye
character.
open, drunk like this.
Oh my God! First of all, not that it's a big deal,
So
but I
fucking
do gotta
funny.
I gotta commend.
It was so good.
I gotta commend not only this actress but also the show. She's a trans comedian sketch
Yes,
comic.
she is.
And I love her.
She's so fucking
She's
cool.
so fucking funny.
She's so funny.
And if you've ever seen, you need to watch. I think you should leave with Tim Robinson on Netflix because my God, like she does pop up only a couple of sketches, but the few that you see her, she steals the show.
I just also, as somebody that obviously is very much in that community but hasn't seen, I just loved her depiction of being drunk where she was so negative about it, and then all of a sudden she's like pawning at Jennifer with one eye open, literally like this, as if she's been fucking shot in her eyeball. She goes, "You're doing so." It's like, it's so fucking funny.
And she's like, "Oh, boobs! Oh, congratulations!"
Just like with one eye open.
It was just so hilarious. She's saying, "Whoa, huge boobs!"
Yeah.
Boobs.
She's like, "Oh wow, you boobs."
Jen says,
"Okay, I like those."
Yeah, they're
now.
big. And Lulu again says, "Huge boobs! Congratulations!" Whatever.
Absolutely.
Which, I think this might be the first time they've ever actually said that word in the MCU.
What, boobs or whatever?
Nope,
boobs or whatever.
Which is hilarious.
Good point. Yeah, I don't think they say boobs in the MCU.
It's just that would be
happy to have boobs all over the place.
I can't see anywhere else they would have said it where it wouldn't have felt out of place and ASAP and so it was hilarious that they finally said that in the MCU.
Absolutely.
So, we cut to Nikki and Mallory looking at the intelligentsia site, and Mallory doesn't understand how 8 different people would marry this guy. Nikki says, "You must not be single in Los Angeles," and Mallory says that she's been married for a long time. She also reveals that she has a child. And Nikki starts asking questions, and then Mallory just immediately says, "Enough questions," since she's not going to answer them. Nikki says that she's got to look at slutty She-Hulk, which is hilarious. And apparently, who have to be a Hulk King member to see it. They make an account using stuff that guys have said to Nikki on the internet, and they find a cancel She-Hulk page. And it has this is a page full of people who want She-Hulk to be killed.
Yeah, it gets really real. That's why I said 4chan or even 8chan.
Yeah, it gets dark real fast.
Yeah, I've never been on 4chan, so that's
good.
why
Don't ever go.
Don't go.
I'm guessing that's why I guess Reddit as the way it looked like.
From your parents?
It does look like
Reddit.
It does look like Reddit too.
Yeah,
Reddit's got a lot of bullshit too, but I feel like Reddit also has enough reputable stuff.
Reddit is a bit more.
Reddit is a place where you can have some bad stuff, but also there's some funny stuff on there.
Exactly.
4chan is not.
But I literally the only comparison I have reason I'm comparing it to Reddit is because I think it looks the interface like Reddit.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have no idea if the interface of the 4chan looks like it.
Well, there he goes. As your parents, don't do it. Don't do it. don't do it.
Okay.
It's so bad.
So Nikki says that we gotta tell Jen, but Mallory says no, we wouldn't want to put that mess in her head, and Mallory says that they are just trolls. Any attention is giving them what they want. And that Jen is better off not knowing. Nikki says fine, but then immediately when she leaves, she calls Jen, and Jen doesn't pick up, so she leaves a message telling her everything. We cut to Jen and Josh sharing fries that night, which I absolutely loved. We are continuing this idea of Jen getting fries on dates.
I think it's so sweet.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that so much.
And
it's just such a real thing to do.
And like also the fact that that before Josh tried them, and he was asking like, "Are these good fries?"
Yeah. Are these the good ones or the bad ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is great,
since
fries are such a particular thing.
Oh my god!
Where you
absolutely,
if you get them wrong, it's
if you eat fries that don't taste good, your entire night is ruined.
Oh god!
Like absolutely, your whole night's gone.
Yeah, I hate floppy fries so much, and then also if they don't have enough seasoning on them.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you can have a nice fry with some seasoning, you're like, oh, okay, there's some crisp, there's some crunch, and then you're like, oh, there's actual flavor. You're like, all right, great, good. Look at Keith trying to figure out what's going on. There he is.
We're talking about fries.
We're talking about French fries.
I love French fries.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
They call them French fries in the States?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
well, up here we call them French Canadian fries. No,
we don't. No, we don't. Don't make us sound stupid. No, we
don't. It's lies. I made that up for comical effect that no one would find comical.
As a technical French Canadian myself, I feel very offended by that, even though I don't really care about my French Canadian heritage at all.
Absolutely, that's okay.
Dude, you got French Canadian heritage?
I have some French Canadian in me.
Oh my god! What's her name?
What's John?
John Doucette.
His name's John. Keith, don't be stupid.
I didn't say his name.
I've told you my last name before, and you can literally see it on the Zoom call.
We're friends on Facebook, John.
I didn't say his name.
Come on, it's Doucette. We're friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
Don't be silly.
Oh man, yeah.
Someone's gonna catch that later.
No, probably.
Oh man, Nader's going to just rip all into Keith.
I'm also so excited for after this. I have a big old dinner planned. Everybody else is asleep, i.e. my roommate and my fiance. So Nick and Tanner are both asleep. But I'm so excited because after this, I've got it planned because I'm a little sneaky snake. I'm so excited. I'm going to make potatoes, pasta. I'm so excited.
What?
Nice.
Potatoes and pasta at like 11 o'clock at night? Holy shit.
They sleep through fucking hurt. Dude, they sleep through everything.
Nice.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Anyway, please continue. Please continue.
So
I need you to know I'm so excited.
The screen distorts and we see a computer at a lab with a message from Hulk King asking if the next phase of the plan is ready to go. The camera pans to someone whose head is not seen, putting special syringes into a case with a radiation symbol on it. The credits roll. There's no post-credit scene this week again. Oh man! So
were you disappointed, John?
I was very disappointed. There's no post-credit scene.
It's like what was it, three or four in a row?
I literally got pissed last night at 3 a.m. when I was watching this because I was like, 4 in a row, then nothing last week, and then again nothing this week.
I really
was pissed. It's like that there was no post-credit scene this week.
Because they set up such a precedent to deliver a post-credit scene every episode. We'd never had that before.
Oh yeah,
and so to see that with so many episodes in a row, why wouldn't you expect it? Right?
Like, it would be so weird if there's not post-credit scenes the rest of the season. Like, it would be like why did you do the first 4 episodes would have these post-credit scenes, but then the rest of the scenes is nothing? Like that would
Well,
be
I feel
weird.
like the main confusion for Liz must be what the hell was that Daredevil helmet in that little box?
I know what Listen, I know what Daredevil is.
Did you watch that Netflix series?
I know it. What? No, but I know what Daredevil is.
Apparently, it is kind of going to be a reboot of it. It's not going to be identical to the guy.
Okay.
It's going to be the same actor. It's going to be the same character, but it's going to be a different telling of that story. So we'll see. We'll see how it's different. You might not have to watch.
Are we sure it's the same character, not Minion Man?
I don't know what that is.
No,
Do you mean because it's yellow?
Yes, because it's yellow.
Son of a bitch. John, no, Daredevil has a yellow counter.
I know.
He has a costume.
I know.
Anyways. Well, also, it's very weird to see Daredevil in LA. So, and I didn't think about that until someone mentioned the fact that she might be doing the West Coast Avengers, and he's part of it because Daredevil is attached to the Hell's Kitchen section of New York. So it's very street level.
Oh my!
Fighting. It's very strange to hear that he's in LA. So, anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So, clearly, we've got Liz hooked. She's watched 6 episodes of the show. So she'll then have to watch Netflix's Daredevil and everything else in the MCU.
All right, so the person who we were not shown the head of, I feel like this either has to be Todd or it has to be the leader. Like, and I think Todd, that's a more realistic answer, but also but at the same time, would they really refuse to show us the head if it wasn't going to be a character that we would immediately recognize from the head? Or the character that we would care about from the head, which the leader, being that he has a massive fucking forehead like Keith. We would probably be able to see it.
Whoa!
My forehead that big?
Mega mind.
I didn't realize that my forehead was that big. I'm quite aware I have a receding hairline. John, you laugh now, but wait till 35, you motherfucker. Yeah,
more like probably wait till like a year from now when I have no hair left because my brothers and I all have male pattern baldness.
You know what though? Lock down and practice meditation now because stress is highly related to it. Male pattern baldness can be a thing for sure. It can be all blamed on genes. But you know what? If you don't stress out, hair won't fall out. And that rhymes, but also doesn't.
That's why I don't have hair.
So,
damn.
Keith, do you think there's think that either Todd or the leader could possibly be who this is who they're teasing here?
I would love for it to be the leader specifically because we've called back so much to the Incredible Hulk, and to know that Timothy Blake Nelson is going to be playing the leader in later things, and like and what was recently revealed
in
to be
Captain
the
America.
Oh, that's what it was. Captain America. What the hell? New World Order is the name
New
of
World
that?
Order.
So Sam Wilson's Captain America movie has the leader in it. We know that. Yeah. So Timothy Blake Nelson hasn't been in anything since.
I think there's a good chance of him appearing. Like
I would love that in this more so than that.
After it was announced that Jonathan Majors was gonna play Kang, it was announced for or Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Mm-hmm. It was not announced for the Loki finale. He just he showed up in that, not people not knowing that he was going to be there. So there is precedent for them to announce an actor for another project and have them appear in a project before that.
It makes sense, and I'd be thrilled to see it because I think Timothy Blake Nelson has tons of talent and he should play the leader. So it'd be nice to see a Hulk specific thing when it comes to the villains, and it shouldn't just be the Wrecking Crew. You know what I mean? Like I'd much rather see something big from Hulk's villain, rogues gallery kind of thing.
There has been there's a particular leak that came out a while back that there's been a lot of stuff from it coming true, so I'm pretty sure the leak was real.
Ooh.
This leak said saying that if this leak is real and this doesn't actually appear in the series, meaning it got cut, will really make me sad. So this leak, this same leak that has a lot of stuff that's come true, said that Jim Carrey filmed motion capture stuff for She-Hulk, but it may have gotten cut out.
Huh.
It would really sadden me if they were going to have Jim Carrey appear in a Marvel thing and then cut him out.
And then cut him out, yeah.
That would piss me off.
No,
man.
absolutely. Yeah.
And he's
I
so
love Jim
green.
Carrey.
He's already associated with that color.
Yeah.
He's so green.
So much.
He has 3 green characters he's played.
What are they, Liz? Jim Carrey's 3 greenest characters. Go.
The Grinch.
Correct.
The Mask.
Correct.
The Eddie Munson.
Eddie Munson. Correct.
Fucking know,
the freaking Riddler, man. The Riddler. And if you want to, if it isn't, if it's been long enough since Sonic 2 came out, also Dr. Robotnik.
Oh, Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah.
Oh man, which he said after in some of the press for that film that he was actually considering retiring after that film.
He thinks about that every time he gets a press junket. Honestly, I feel like that man has no interest in
have any upcoming films that people know of yet. Though, so I think there's actually is a chance that he was telling the truth that this time, but
he's in such high demand that I think he has the gravitas to decide to pace himself. You know what I mean? And I think he really does get. And people get that knee-jerk reaction from having things like a press junket for a huge movie like Sonic 2. Like, of course, if he's done nothing but indie stuff for the last 10 years. Like, he's gonna want to calm down, and then he'll probably be like, "Oh no, they love me, they really love me," and he'll come back.
But particularly if he decided to retire, and one of the last things we could have seen him in was She-Hulk, but they cut it out, would really be a sad like we get a chance to have one last thing with him, and they get cut out. Oh man, that would be really
fair.
Suck.
Why are you trying to make me sad on this night, John? No, I'm just kidding.
So in the drawings this week, one of them shows a photo booth pictures. Some of them are cute ones of Jen and Josh, and then we have one of fucking Ched and Lulu kissing.
No,
what the hell?
I saw that on Twitter that you mentioned that. That's really funny.
What the hell? So Lulu was cheating on her.
Did we ever see a groom
to be or wife to be or whatever with Ched?
Maybe it was Ched, and he was just doubling as the DJ.
Well, it says on these that the groom's name is Adam. So unless he is trying to fool people into thinking he's both Ched and Adam, then I don't think so.
Fair enough.
But yeah, that was. I saw that. I was just like, wait, what? Huh? they huh?
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I don't think anyone ever wanted to think of Ched as a sexual being.
But he exudes it.
Nope.
Just kidding.
No, he does not.
God.
No, thank you.
So okay, another one is of Titania at the dentist.
What?
And then we
the
see
sketches.
one...
Every episode has different courtroom sketches for its closing credits.
Okay.
So
and
when you add 2 or 3 new ones every episode.
Immortal having to do the eye contact apology, and he's sweating, and it is hilarious. Yeah,
I enjoyed that too.
It's all right. So I have a big theory that kind of recontextualizes the whole episode if it turns out to be true.
I'm ready.
So I think the wedding was a sham joint effort by Lulu and Titania to break down Jen emotionally. All of the guests think it's real, including Josh. And I think that's what explains why Lulu was so rude to Jen and why she tried to get Josh away from her at that one point.
Wow.
And I think as well,
yeah. Okay.
Titania will find a way to force Josh to leave her in the upcoming episodes or kill him. I think that she should easily be going to do that in one of the upcoming episodes.
Wait, you think that we're going to see Josh again?
Oh yeah,
because I'd be into that. Don't get me wrong. That guy's got a nice face.
There is scene from the trailer that shows. I'm pretty sure is Josh in front of Jen's house. I think it might be even from the second trailer where which it was the one where it was like they were particularly playing up the lovey-doveyness of the series. Is like they said in the trailer, I met the perfect guy, and it shows us the scene of I think was Josh.
Spoilers.
His house.
We had a spoiler from the beginning.
Just kidding.
That's not true.
Dude. So yes, I definitely think we're going to see Josh again.
All right. I guess I'll expect it. He seems nice.
Yeah.
He's got a nice face, like I said.
So
absolutely.
I really, as a whole, I really enjoyed this episode, but I think it's one of my least favorite episodes this season.
Oh, I didn't like it. Yeah. Well, no. So no. I was gonna say.
I didn't like it.
No, I was gonna say also coming from somebody that has watched all episodes within like a 12-hour period.
Mm-hmm.
This episode was fine. But it also, like it wasn't. I definitely enjoyed episodes prior.
Yeah.
I understand the reason, I guess, why the episode happened, or I understand the episode happening.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely seemed like sort of a filler episode.
It did, and so did last week's.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like sort of a filler episode. I loved the prior ones where there was much more, here is X, Y, Z and Y and blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Versus like, it's a wedding. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. I get what Liz is saying. And my opinion is very similar on this one. My favorite episode when it comes to solo, just She-Hulk being She-Hulk and no big, huge cameos, even though Wong is probably the biggest cameo in the episode I'm about to reference, is I loved seeing She-Hulk fight those demons in that theater. I wanted more of that kind of She-Hulk, but I understand why it's got.
Absolutely.
So I really wanted more or out of the episode, just like you guys, and I including, I really thought there wasn't enough fourth wall breaks in this episode. There was like only 2 this episode.
It's very sparingly
only near the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
And then and I also as I already mentioned, I got quite pissed as through in the morning when I watched this. It's the first time I found out that for a second week we had no post credit scene.
Yeah.
I really do like Josh. I love Nikki and Mallory together. And I'm hoping that Mallory just said that she's married to put up a wall from Nikki. Since I'm guessing Nikki Mallory probably is able to guess that Nikki is crushing on her.
Yeah.
So, I'm thinking, I'm hoping that's the case, so that we can maybe still get to see them be together, because I think they'd be a really fun relationship to explore. I think I would put this episode probably a 7 out of 10, and that might seem like a high number to some people, but you gotta remember I've been giving 9s and 10s to all of the previous episodes.
So that might be one of your lowest scores. Yeah. My God.
Oh no.
So
absolutely.
And I like that. Jen is embracing her She-Hulk side more this episode.
Yeah.
I hate that Lulu told her she can't be a She-Hulk at the wedding though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lulu
Really
fucking
hated that.
sucks.
Yes, Jen needs
Fucking
love,
fuck Lulu.
love, but also the She-Hulk form deserves love too.
Absolutely.
Just as much as the Jen arm does, and I think it's kind of sad and bad to me how Jen doesn't treat the She-Hulk form, or she hasn't so far treated the She-Hulk form with as much love as it should get.
Yeah.
And also I've seen so many fans and also other podcasts where they're like, where they are saying like Jen is so much better than She-Hulk, and like I've even heard some say like they tune out when She-Hulk is on screen, and which I don't like that because it's it kind of that just like She-Hulk mentioned in episode 4, or how it's demoralizing to Jen how people in the series want She-Hulk but not Jen.
Yeah.
It's kind of demoralizing for She-Hulk if everyone's trying to just the whole is everyone on in real life, and also Jen herself is just against She-Hulk, thinking that Jen is better. I
there
think
needs
they
to be
both
that balance,
deserve
that love
just
for both.
as much love.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely.
And so is there any like other things that either of you want to mention of your thoughts on the episode?
I really enjoyed the fight with Titania.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the comedy gold that kept happening with Jen, and obviously Tatiana Maslany is very good at playing these kind of parts. I was excited to see Nikki involved in something that I feel like she drove a little bit more so than the costume sideline with her and Pug. I was happy to see her in a case that she was a little bit more driven behind, like steering behind the scenes. That was cool. Other than that, again, it is an episode that my last favorite episode is the one where she's fighting where She-Hulk is fighting the demons in the theater. So I'm excited for what happens next.
What would be really cool is to have an episode where we get the trio of Nikki, Pug, and Mallory doing side together. That would be a lot of fun.
You know what I'd like to see is Nikki, Mallory, and Pug in the same room as She-Hulk while she's fighting demons in a theater, and have them like quipping or helping her out in some weird way. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Or like they could simply just be eating popcorn in a corner.
All
three of them eating popcorn,
enjoying their time. Yeah,
I mean, like she looks so cool when she's doing it, and then she's like, yeah, she does.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think of this episode, Liz?
Oh, I love all of it. So for those that don't know, I'll be full transparent. I watched every episode today. I love all of it. I love the female representation. I love that it's not in your face in the sense of just, oh, women, but it's, kind of, oh, here's everything that's happening, blah, 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 XYZ. But here's why it's cool, because it's a woman facing these things, not a man, blah, blah, blah. I love from the first episode, I love the LGBT representation. Like the very first episode, when Jen gets, kind of fucked up, she goes into the bathroom to kind of clean herself up. And the woman that, knows nothing about her, she says, you don't deserve this from him or her or them. Like they just, it's not,
in your face.
Yeah, it's not in your face, but it's just, oh, you don't deserve it from him, her, them, XYZ. They have a very healthy relationship with the LGBT community, and then
feels like it's normalizing it.
Yeah, which it should be, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
100%.
Oh yeah.
And then her best friend comes out when Jen's on the dating site. Is it Hinge or Match? I don't know. Match, Hinge, whatever.
Matcher,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, something. When she's on the dating thing, and then her best friend is like, "Oh, is this really what like a hetero relationship is like?" Like,
It's
ugh.
grim.
That's all they.
Yeah.
Then that's it. I love how
Oh, yeah.
healthy, the queer community is about that. And I also, I mean, as a queer person, ooh, I do love when she's in the hole, because real good, real hot. Like, it's so, she's
Oh,
so
yeah.
hot. But she's always very, I'm a woman. What's the problem? Like when she was talking in the first couple episodes with Bruce, she was like, because he was like, oh, I think he was like, channel the emotions, channel XYZ. And she was like, oh, if I make any emotion, I'm over dramatic. If I make any emotion, I'm sad or I'm happy or I'm upset or I'm angry or XYZ. I don't get to, be these emotions. And then that's what sort of provoked her to be the Hulk and be more upset about things, which I,
Oh yeah.
I loved. It was so cool coming from somebody that, experiences that. I loved that she was like, the character writers, whatever, were like, this is what women face every single day. Like, with men, they can be they can be mad, they can be upset, whatever. But if a woman is that, oh, back up,
Yeah. Judge her
uh-oh,
more harshly.
oh no.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. I love that they're taking that light on, feminine emotions. It makes me very happy.
It's something that the world doesn't speak up about, and the world needs to know
Mhm.
that that there are these assholes in the world who are treating women like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people think and you hear about toxic masculinity, like men are meant to be very strong and encased and like not show their emotions. And that's true too. But think about it from the other side. Women are expected to be that in an
This
entirely
little
different
prim,
way.
proper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it has an effect on both. And it's like,
Absolutely.
if there's any way to bring the two the Venn diagram together into one circle, like, let's just all be human and realize emotions are
Everyone
everybody's
has them.
problem.
Everybody has emotions. Oh my god.
And they're not
Everybody
a problem.
has.
Yeah,
Nope.
exactly.
They're
Well
not
said.
a problem unless you make them a problem.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly. If you ignore them, they will come back.
Grr. Yeah.
Grr, harg.
Yep.
So there's two things I wanted to talk briefly about that have been annoying me lately. So one of them, I find it really annoying when people get mad about like there's people like me who find She-Hulk attractive, because that kind of feels to me like fetish/kink shaming, which I don't think should be considered okay to do. People should just let people enjoy what they enjoy. It doesn't affect you.
From what I understand,
oh.
the different story, I was going to quickly
please.
dissect the difference between the two words. So fetish and kink. Fetish, of my understanding is that you can't. Sorry, everyone. You can't.
This is
get
18
off
plus, babies.
The idea of fetish is you can't get off without this thing happening, whereas kink is a preference or a thing you enjoy more than the average stuff. So I would say it's not necessarily like first of all, they shouldn't. I feel like they shouldn't be referenced in the same bubble, but also, it to me it is a little bit of a kink shame to make me mad at you for liking a muscular woman. Fuck off.
My god, does my family need to like tune off? Am I about to like project how much I adore like a strong female? I feel also personally, I've always been open. I'm very gay. if anybody hasn't, hey, oh no, oh shoot, if anybody hasn't ever,
We can't have her on the podcast
oh
anymore.
no,
Oh,
cut
shit.
cut the whole
Liz,
thing.
you gay?
Fucking cut it.
Oh my!
How dare my bi co-host bring a gay woman on here?
But like, I feel like, Keith,
Yes.
going towards your thing, I think the difference between, a fetish and a kink. So I think I don't even know. Like, I think
that's just
a
what I heard.
fetish is just like, I think both. Maybe I'm uneducated. Maybe I'm just, whatever, a tiny little baby queer. But like, a fetish or kink is something that you think is sort of niche. Maybe others don't kind of feel the same. So like the, strong, beautiful woman. Like, is it a kink or is it just a preference? Like,
Yeah.
Well,
because
I'm
Fair.
thinking.
Yeah.
I'm more thinking what's going along into like the niche category is that she's green.
Oh. Got it.
I imagine
Forgot
there's a
about
lot
that
less
whole goddamn
people
thing.
on the world who are attracted to green people like I am than just people who are beautiful and strong.
I started talking about it. John went, by the way, she's green. I went, oh fuck.
Oh fuck! I got some like
Oh,
vintage
shit.
episodes
Right.
of Star Trek that you should really check out too.
Oh, yeah.
Some like William Shatner days of Star Trek. No, I think that that's another layer as well. But like, I think the people's discomfort with it's so silly to be.
It's silly. If something,
I think something you should just be you on Twitter. I think it's hilarious when you're talking about on Twitter how you're just in love with She-Hulk. Like, what the hell wouldn't you be? Everybody
I
is.
don't know.
Keith, Ethan, and they. It sounds like some of how they talk about it. They do kind of feel. It kind of feels like they're shaming people for being attracted to it.
You talking about
Like,
people who are green or people who are into
like,
muscle people?
People who are into She-Hulk particularly, and like
Is it kind? I think
like,
it's kind of both.
And sexualizing She-Hulk often like have and this idea that particularly we should be we should only be interested in Jen and not She-Hulk. Like that's just I think that's kind of shaming people for being interested in that. And
well, I think the main thing that they're trying to say is that it's the same person, and you can't act like it's not when everything
like Jen
about
versus She-Hulk.
Yeah, Jen and She-Hulk are the same person. If you're going to be in a relationship with Jen, if you're going to be in a relationship with She-Hulk, you have to know that the Jen part exists and that you should love her as well.
But you also do have to know, accept that the She-Hulk part exists, and only the Jen part, as if the She-Hulk part is this thing that does not matter, does not count out in the and you should just act as if it doesn't exist, really.
Well, what's funny too is like media in general is, and I'm not the authority on this, and Liz, maybe you can help me with this idea, but like the way that women's bodies are portrayed in media and in magazines and everything, and Instagram, Titania, for example, they're
I adore
either version. I would say that Jen's body type and She-Hulk's body type are both rare and not that easily achieved, and to think of them as attainable. That's the word. Thank you. Attainable. And to really look at like okay, Jen's is obviously a little bit more attainable than She-Hulk's, but either one is not your average woman body type. So both should be considered something to just everybody pump your brakes and give it time to like really think about what you're saying. Most women don't look like this, would not be able to look like this. It's insane to think that they'll be green, first of all, but no, it's like so I think that the ideas in the moment is what's the least attainable thing, and to not profess that as something to be a goal and something to root for. You know what I mean? Like in no way should they think that it's not okay. It's not okay. In no way is it not okay to be attracted to either one. It's just that I think that's what it is that it's the not attainable thing, and to not root for people, listeners particularly, to say, oh, you need to be a She-Hulk or you need to be a Jen-shaped person in order to be lovable. So
Yeah,
that's that's the way I took it.
Yeah.
It's just like that's just a sign that.
Ow.
As someone who's very obviously, as you know, very attracted to She-Hulk, this feels kind of like you're shaming me for for being attracted to this, which I don't think I should be shamed for being attracted to this. It's like
fair.
Everyone has has something that they are specifically attracted to. That's and we shouldn't be shamed for that.
No, not at all.
So and then the other thing that I want to talk about.
Oh, pardon me.
I am getting really tired of some Daredevil fans, like so goddamn tired of them. They will say shit like, "Oh, I'm only watching She-Hulk for Daredevil," and being pissy that he hasn't shown up yet. This is She-Hulk's show. Enjoy it for She-Hulk. Don't watch it and don't be annoyed to She-Hulk fans on social media. If you don't want She-Hulk.
I do believe one of the things I said last episode is that if Daredevil doesn't show up, I'm going to shit myself. And I'll be honest with you.
Key.
I didn't.
Oh, I'm happy you kept it.
I'm
happy you didn't poop your pants.
I didn't poop my pants.
I'm very happy you didn't poop your pants.
Liz, are you gonna be okay over there?
Oh no, I'm just you said you were gonna poop your pants, and now I'm happy you didn't poop your pants. That's all.
Liz has the hiccups, and it is.
They're actually very painful.
She's trying to talk between them. I know she's trying her best.
It's actually really painful.
It sounds painful.
Anyway, go on. I don't know what I did to deserve this.
As a huge Daredevil fan, I am obviously still excited to see him, but in no way am I going to be like, oh man, I can't wait for my favorite male character to show up in the middle of She-Hulk because it's the only reason I'm watching. I feel like it's just more of an extension of the same bullshit.
Yeah, it's like you should treat it as like the cherry on top of a cake or sign, not you shouldn't be only watching for that cherry. You want to eat the cake, and then that's just something extra on top.
Exactly. He'll show up eventually, and when he does, I don't think we'll see a stretch of episodes with him. But if all we get is a finale with a good deal of her dealing with Daredevil, I'll be happy.
So Charlie Cox, he has not. He's not on social media, so he doesn't see any of this. But based on how he talks, he was talking about the She-Hulk at D23. I'm pretty sure if he saw some of the shit that Daredevil fans say online, he would be mad as hell at all of them.
Yeah, and I mean, like, that's the problem too, is the squeaky wheel gets the grease. This is not an example of all the Daredevil fans. It's not the example of all the Marvel fans. When we see these negative and hateful things that are said online, they are just a loud few. And unfortunately, they're the ones that people see. They're the ones that get retweeted. They're the ones that retweet themselves and bolster each other up. And it's really frustrating because they're loud and they're proud and they're stupid.
But I am excited for his appearance, but I wouldn't be disappointed if he didn't appear. And also, I'm gonna be very mad if Daredevil takes the spotlight that She-Hulk deserves to keep when he shows up, especially if it ends up being that he shows up in the finale. Like, it would piss me off if he appears in the finale and then all people are talking about on social media is the Daredevil showed up.
I bet we get him no later than episode 8 and maybe not episode 9, because I think that would be a good setup, and then have her complete the season on her own.
So there's been a leak of all of the episode titles, which they didn't get the right numbers on each of these episodes, but so far they've gotten all the right names. The three names that are left that have to be the final 3 episodes, if this leak is completely true, are Whose Show Is This?, The Retreat, and Ribbit and Rip It. So obviously,
Oh,
a retreat being the one that on where Blonsky's his meditation retreat, will show up. Up
Right.
Ribbit, and Ribbit being where Frogman shows up, and then I'm guessing whose show is it? Who whatever or however that it perfectly is, but I'm guessing that's gonna be the finale.
Yeah.
Out of those three titles, I can only imagine Daredevil showing up in whose show is this.
That's fair.
So I'm thinking he's gonna show up in the finale, which I hate that because I don't want him to take the spotlight from her in her own finale.
That's fair. Well, I mean, I think that they're in good hands, and I want to say that your worries are not unfounded in the way that sometimes things have been going, this specifically in this phase of Marvel.
Mhm.
I've got my own doubts, my own reasons to worry, but in some of the projects, but I also I think they will give the proper finale in the way that we've been hoping, especially with the way that the episodes seem kind of like padding to a greater end, and I hope that that's not a greater end because of Daredevil. So
though I am worried about the fact that really the big story for this season with people trying to get at her blood, we're really only delving into it in the last 3 episodes of the season.
Yeah,
I feel like it could be a really rushed.
Maybe it'll be
a little
setup.
worried about, but yeah.
I mean, if it's the first time the leader's getting attention in like 10 years or whatever or more, then that'll be why, and that makes sense that they would wrap it up kind of last minute there. But it'd be just a tease back into the MCU for the leader if he is going to be featured.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So I do have one bit of trivia from this episode.
Please.
So there's
Keith, this is yours, I think.
So there's a moment in the episode where Jen punches Titania, and in this shot, it perfectly replicates a shot from the comics, which was really cool.
Okay. And I
then
love it.
all right,
love it.
So the answer to the trivia question from earlier,
Keith,
was John Jonah Jameson III, aka Man Wolf. This is the same answer as when Derek came on.
Damn it.
It's okay.
That's why I said there's a chance you could
Liz.
get it.
No, I'm just kidding.
You do better than me.
Yeah,
but that's why I said there was a chance you could get it because Derek had used that answer in his question.
Damn it, Derek.
So before I end this episode off, is there any last things either of you would like to say?
Thank you so much for watching, listening.
And thank you for having us on.
Yeah, please, absolutely.
Of course.
And
thank you for coming on.
Please listen to the
what's it called, Keith?
Ordinary Everyday Fool podcast.
There's just one fool.
Ordinary Everyday Fools. Damn it.
Many are there?
And it's premiering September 30th about the National Lampoons Vacation
check that out. Which next week on our She-Hulk episode, we'll make sure to mention that again and on there, since it'll be since that episode will be coming out one day before the or that first episode of you guys' podcast.
Yes.
All right. So thank you for listening. If you like this Gamma analysis, please give a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or a 5-star rating on Spotify. And also check out the Patreon, please. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on the episode. So please let me know. If you'd like to listen to more from me, please subscribe. Many more Gamma analysis from me coming. So keep on the lookout. This again is your host, Smash John, signing off.